Yeah, we are getting into the top 8. We are waiting for the matches to begin. And yeah, while we're waiting for the matches to begin, I want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to a lot of folks. Actually, a lot of people make these kind of broadcasts possible. So I'd be remiss if I didn't give them the time of day. And so, for one, huge thank you to Hollywood Pizza for hosting these tournaments. Like Brian was saying, Pizza he's a chill dude. He's very generous, very giving. I had the privilege of meeting him actually in person not too long ago, and
Nice.
I actually hung out with him all weekend at MagicCon Philly, and oh my goodness, it was a blast.
Oh,
and
you guys went there?
I'm sorry.
Is he from there? Or
he's in the area. He's not from Philadelphia proper, but it was like a short drive away. So yeah, yeah. So actually, I ended up crashing at his place. Actually, he hosted me, and like, just the most lovely, generous person you could ever ask to meet. So huge shout out, huge thank you to Hollywood Pizza for putting these on, like week in, week out. We do 3 of these tournaments a month, and they're free to join. So keep an eye on MTGmelee as well as Twitter. Follow the PizzaBox on Twitter to see all of these events in the future. We do a number of different formats. It's generally standard and Explorer these days, but definitely keep an eye on that and sign up. If you have some cool brews and you want to show them off and test them out and see like, okay, can these hang in a competitive environment? This is a great place to do that because people bring their A game and people bring some really cool decks, and we do see high level play and high level competition, but at the same time, it's also very welcoming. That's been my experience. That everybody's been very, very generous and very lovely. So this is a great.
If you free,
and it's free. So, but why not, right?
Why wouldn't you sign up? If you want to hit a game, like you said, this isn't a bunch of people throwing together, a 60-card Goblin deck. Like these are people testing out legitimate, top tier decks. So if you want to test out your deck, or if you just want to join and see if you can win, it's free. There's literally no commitment but time.
Yeah.
And again, you couldn't ask for a cooler dude to run the tournament or organize it. Like he's brought together a disparate amount of people to do the hosting. He's just, like I said, he's just a chill guy. He's totally cool. 100% always. And again, check out his streams. If he is changing his time, you guys should totally check out his streams anyway. Follow 100%. Along. Like I said, I have him on Twitter, so I just and on Twitch, so I just, whenever he pops up, I just jump in.
There you go.
Yeah, it's such a good time.
Love it. Yeah, and also a huge thank you to the moderators behind the scenes as well, who are handling tickets and making sure everything is moving, comfortably on the back end. There's a lot of moving parts, and as you can imagine, when you have a field of 128 people, sometimes things crop up and people have questions or people have concerns, and those need to be addressed. And so there's a great team on the back end who is making that happen and making sure that those questions, those issues get addressed, quickly and professionally. Huge thank you to everybody making that possible. You're amazing. We couldn't do it without you. So yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. Also, huge shout out to the commentators who did the Swiss round, Damien F16, as well as Ziggy Sawdust. As you saw, they're a blast, both of them. They're phenomenal streamers. If you're not following them, please do so. They're just great people. They know the game, and they're an absolute hoot. So,
I've yet to have the pleasure of working with F16 there, but I have done quite a few with Ziggy.
Oh yeah,
he's hilarious. That guy, you couldn't ask for a funny person to do a stream with, like, especially where it's like, sometimes that 6-7 hour stream. You can really get the grind on.
Oh yeah.
And if they don't hit it off with the person, it can turn into a little bit of a stall.
Oh yeah.
But so easy to work with. Again, I said, it takes a certain individual to be able to pair people together easily. It's just another mark for in favor of pizza.
Oh yeah.
Put this all together, right?
Absolutely. And I've been doing these tournaments for for some time now, and every time I find out who I'm going to be with on a given Sunday, I'm always excited every time.
Yeah.
Like
no. I haven't hit a single one yet where I was like, really? Like everyone's always top tier. It was actually, the first few times I did it was actually fairly intimidating. I'd never done one of these before. I didn't know the people, but it was just so easy to get into the groove. And like when I stepped out and the new people stepped in, I think actually you were stepping in after me at that point, and it was just one of those things where it was like so easy to get to know everyone and
right. Absolutely. And of course, I'd be remiss too. We're getting into a game here for you folks, but I'd be remiss if I also did not thank our sponsors. So we have a number of sponsors on the channel that help make these events possible. Thank you so much. So I want to give a huge shout out and huge thank you to the comic book store, comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com for singles and whatnot. They're great. We've been working with them for a long time. They're fantastic. And also a huge shout out and a huge thank you to magicjank.com, a new marketplace where you can buy and sell Magic the Gathering products, so sealed products as well as singles. And there's actually a team, Magic Jank, here on Twitch, made up of a number of streamers, including myself, Hollywood Pizza, Damien, a number of other folks. And if you would like to actually get coaching sessions with members of Team Magic Jank, that is a product available on magicjank.com. If you want private one-on-one sessions with team members of Team Magic Jank, definitely check that out, because that is one of the offerings over there, and it's pretty darn cool. And also, huge shout out to MTGACodes as well for sponsoring the stream. If you're looking for, Magic Arena codes, it's exactly what, they sell what they say they sell. And, if there are any like pets, cosmetics, or the like that you didn't get your hands on when they were available, go take a look at MTGACodes, because they may have codes for those, those perks, and you can purchase them at very reasonable prices, especially given how rare some of those are. So MTGACodes is great too. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody for supporting, and thank you, dear viewers, for being here. We appreciate you. All right.
We couldn't have this possible.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like you. I think we're watching the single creature.
Yes. And AO is on the field. So Nelson here with Al on the field doing the thing.
Yeah. So we got the mono white player, Nelson here, drop their AO.
Absolutely.
Certainly hope that the other AO is not gone yet, but we see the deck that I just said I wanted to see. This is perfect.
Here it is.
Exactly what I was hoping for.
Absolutely. So yeah, we have the undefeated Jeskai control list that Sanyo over there is playing, and against the the single creature mono white list. It's beautiful. This is gonna be fun. And here we have Lorna the Third Path coming in to pop the Bankbuster that still has, still had 3 counters on it. They were able to get 1 off and turn it into a card. But yeah, so here we go.
Crewing it up. This deck is pretty brutal. It's obviously it's
oh yeah,
for a reason, but
yeah. And also, I just want to apologize for a little bit. You'll notice that we kind of joined this game in mid-session. We are in game 1 still. There were some connection issues on the back end, so apologies for those technical challenges. But fortunately, we are here doing the thing, and
we will be watching the next 2 or 1.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for the rest of this match. Don't you worry. All right, so it looks like I was going to trade with
mono white. So at this point, we've now seen all 3 mono white decks.
I suppose so, which is pretty cool.
We saw the other 2 first, and now we're seeing this one, which is that middle of the road one that we were talking about that runs the 4 removable.
Right.
I believe.
I think you're right.
Maybe it's not. I don't know.
We'll find out exactly.
AO triggers. You're gonna look at the top 7 cards of the library.
All right. Hitting 1 wedding announcement.
Grab a wedding announcement. That's pretty good when they have the other 2 in hand.
That is true. And if they hit a land, they'll be able to actually cast both of them, which could be amazing.
They did not. But you know what? 2 is better than 1, I suppose.
Absolutely. And they have the lay down arms, which is looking pretty good here, because getting that pilot off the field would mean that the Bankbuster can't crew. But they chose not to. They're going to hold it.
Oh,
okay.
They chose to hold off on it, waiting for the bigger threat, which would only be AO. Which isn't a terrible thing to exile.
Actually feels real good when you can exile AO.
I think they do need 1 more planes, though. I think it needs to be equal to the casting cost, doesn't it? I believe.
Yes. Yeah, and so in this case, you would need 5 planes online.
You need 5
in order to
planes
take out
online.
AO.
But at this point, it's not looking like it's going to matter. This is a pretty intense little fight here.
Absolutely.
They're going to crew their own.
Yeah, the Bankbuster's going to take out the 2/2. That makes sense. And that Bankbuster still has 3 counters on it. And so as a result, that Bankbuster is far more precious than Sanyo's Bankbuster at this point.
100%, yeah. Sanyo would 100% have been hoping for that block.
Oh, yeah.
It was never going to happen. So.
No. Yeah, Nelson knows what they're doing. They were not going to give that up. I don't know if anybody out there has had the privilege of blowing up a Bankbuster when your opponent is tapped out and still has 3 counters on it. Oh, it's the best.
Oh, God. It's probably the best feeling. One of the best feelings in Magic.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear Lord. That's bad.
Well, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Here we go. Graveyards and everything except that Wandering Emperor. And Sanyo's going to follow it up with a Memory Deluge. All right. Yeah. And a down tick.
All
right.
Well, that was a little bit of a setback.
A little bit. Yeah, Nelson had a really had what looked like a pretty good setup there. Now they have the Steel Seraph still. They have the Wandering Emperor of their own. Wedding announcements here too. I mean, they've got a lot of assets. It's just a matter of how do you deploy them. All right, and the main phase Emperor, which oftentimes is not correct. However, when your opponent is playing control and they have a whole bunch of blue in their mana base and it's all tapped,
yeah,
not a bad time to rip it. Yeah,
it's better than I mean, you're damned if you damned if you don't. You know you're facing off against a super heavy spell deck, so if they're tapped out, play it then. You know,
right.
There's no point in waiting and trying to gotcha them if they're just going to negate it.
Right, you know, exactly. On Steel Seraph hits, and it didn't look like there was a delay either.
No.
So that's always a good feeling. But they have the Braid. That'll do. Yep.
That'll do nonetheless.
Well, so here comes another Seraph.
Bring that one.
Yeah, there was a pause on that one. Okay. All right. Yeah, gonna give the Samurai flying so it can go after the Planeswalker.
Kill the Wanderer.
Taking out the Wandering Emperor on Sanyo's board. It is really incredible how important Planeswalkers have become. Yeah, especially in these grindy mid-range games. Like if you can get a Planeswalker to stick and, you know, and generate value for it turn after turn, that can win you games. You know, we've definitely seen it before.
And I mean, it's just the fact that even though, like you said earlier, these Planeswalkers, apart from like this deck's relying upon Jace, the other ones aren't there to win the game. But like you said, there's just so much value in the time and time again doing this. Like how many times have we seen them just create Samurais over and over again just to continually flood the board? You know. So I mean, even if the Planeswalker isn't going to win you the game, it's a constant source of value for you.
Oh yeah,
these Planeswalkers in particular, like they're not the big flashy ones with the -9 alts that end the game immediately. You know, you're never going to get there. These are ones that just continually produce value up and down, up and down. And I like seeing them. I prefer those to the giant ones of the past where it was like +3, -2, -12, something bullshit like that. You know?
Right? Yeah. So, no, and we all know that template where it's like +1 or 2 get a little bit of value, -3 get a lot of value, and then -9 or 10, you win the game. Yeah, yeah, we all know that template.
Exactly. That's like the legitimate template for old school Planeswalkers for what 5, 6 years, 7 years maybe. So it's awesome that they're bringing out these ones now that are just sort of value engines in and of themselves and just sort of build themselves into little tiny perpetual machines.
Absolutely. Yeah, I dig it too. So Sanyo now does have Jace online, and they used Jace's uptick. And now they cast Jace. It looks like the cast Jace completed. So the starting loyalty was 3.
Yes. 3.
And they used it to downtick the Samurai. Therefore, Sanyo Samurai had the upper hand in combat. And they were able to keep mana open. I'll be surprised if this wedding announcement hits the field.
Yeah.
Yep. No. Dissipate.
So that is the 3rd wedding announcement we've seen go. I'm assuming they run 4, but
I do believe that's correct. Yeah.
They do, yeah. So we're running out of wedding announcements. They're gonna have to get married at some
Indeed. Yeah. We get it already. Pick a date. All right. Yeah.
Just Jesus, stop flipping it.
All right. So here comes the -2. Mill 3 draw card. That tells me there's a decent chance there's another Jace in hand. Or, I mean, this is the first Jace we've seen this game. So Sanyo's just not worried
there we go.
about that.
Slapping down their own Wandering Emperor to slap out a 2/2 to block.
Yep, that's a clean answer.
Sarah Paragon.
Man, Sarah Paragon, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, pretty huge.
Yeah, who knew that taking Luris's ability and making it up to 3 drops would be pretty strong.
Who would have thought that would have played out like it did? Weird.
It's pretty good, pretty crazy, right?
You know what we should do is we should take this ability of a card that was banned in other formats, slap it onto a flyer, and throw it out into mono white.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
Although it's funny because like we can say that jokingly because it looks when you read. I don't know, when I first read Sarah Paragon, now the one major difference is when you bring something back with Paragon, as we're seeing with this Steel Seraph here, and then it dies, it goes to exile.
It's gone forever, yeah.
Yeah, you can't loop it. That's a big deal.
Life, though.
You do, which is nice. That's a nice little consolation prize. That's a shockingly big deal, because one of the, here we have the Eternal Wanderer in Nelson's hand. That looks pretty good.
It's so much going on here. It's awesome.
Right? Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, this is wild.
I still don't even know whose game this is.
Honestly, I don't either. Yeah, holy cow. But so anyway, it's easy to look at, Sarah Paragon and just think, oh, Mega Luris, this is obviously going to be a phenomenal card. And yes, it's very good. But those loops were a big part of what made Luris powerful. And also taking the difference between a 3-drop and a 4-drop is very meaningful as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
100%. And I get a kick out of that. I find that interesting because we see that too with other cards where you have, for example, like Collected Company is a card that's incredibly powerful and is a staple in a lot of formats. Like if you're running low, small creatures, that as a 4-drop is phenomenal. It's also an instant, which holy cow. Whereas Storm of the Festival is a similar card in its function, but it's just so much bigger. It's significantly more expensive, but you can get 5-drops.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you see it in the mono green devotion lists where they can kind of afford to get really big and kind of wild. But that's it. Otherwise, you just don't see that card. And, and comparing it to Collected Company, which shows up everywhere, it's kind of wild, I think.
Well, the value is there in 60 card to because you can run play sets and you can do that. Like getting any small drops, the small drops add up so
absolutely.
Quickly. I mean, Collected Company used in Elf Ball decks in Modern and in Legacy and stuff like that, and used in other formats too. It's it's a ridiculous card.
Now Nelson did a phenomenal play there. What they did was Sarah Paragon. They used Sarah Paragon to play their land. Now, Sarah Paragon had been used, right? They then upticked Wandering Emperor to blink the Paragon, and on their end step, the Paragon came back in, was considered a new permanent. And so they had the ability to use it again, and they were able to cast out the Cathar Commando that had flash.
That's amazing.
Brilliant. That was an amazing sequence. Big fan.
So we have a pilot here. Do they just ossificate it?
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, the pilot's definitely getting ossified.
Yup. Especially with 2 of those there. Bank Busters.
And this also gives them an enchantment. So they could sack the Roadside Reliquary to draw a card if they wanted to. I don't know that that's good enough right now because they don't have an artifact. But that's an option. Being able to turn excess lands into mana tends to be pretty good. Or into card draws tends to be pretty good.
They actually don't run any instant effects. So... if they're not going to do it now, they do. Unless this is only game 1. Yeah, there's no instants in the deck. Sorceries, enchantments, artifacts. 1 Cathar Commando, so that's it.
Oh, that's only the one of. Wow, yeah.
And 2 Eternal Wanderers. So I guess they do have. Did they already use both Eternal Wanderers?
Field of Ruin's not bad because Sanyo does have a Mirex online.
Yes.
So that's something. And it does thin the deck. I know that's a minimal impact at this point, but all the same. Every little bit might help. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. I have no problems with that.
Yeah.
And the might is not large enough to crew anything. So at the moment, those busters can't be crewed to swing back.
Although the one only has 1 counter left on it. So if Sanyo activates that, they'll get the pilot.
True.
So the other one could swing, but there is a double striker back here to greet it.
Kill it. Yeah.
So that's not bad.
There we go. Such a mitt full of cards too. My goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's funny because Nelson's, board presence is so much stronger than Sanyo's right now, but seeing that much mana open and that many cards in hand, oh man. Yeah, this is like kind of terrifying.
Yeah. Yep. There it goes.
Yeah, and Nelson is at 9 still. So Eternal Wanderer can really hang and, make life difficult for Sanyo here, but we'll see how long this lasts. And I think Nelson's top deck is going to be really important here.
Yeah, this is going to be a make or break moment, I feel. Pardon me, my goodness.
Ooh.
There it is.
Ayo,
this
yes.
creature in the deck has arrived. So excited.
They knew we wanted to see it. So here it is. Ossification, that's, we were just talking about how nice it would be to exile Ayo.
Exile Ayo. Oh no. I mean, there could be a counterspell. Yeah, exactly.
There's the negate, yeah.
Well, that puts Nelson in an extremely awkward position.
Indeed. Okay, so Ao's going to get exiled here with the uptick, and they will not return
till the beginning
until Sanyo's end step. Yep.
Sonya's next end step.
Yeah. So that's pretty powerful. Actually, it's kind of amazing how effective that is. That temporary removal mode is no joke. And the Cathar Commando's ability can destroy that Bank Buster.
Yeah.
So Sanyo attempts to crew the Bank Buster to swing in, which, I mean, they kind of, I don't know, you kind of have to. I guess you don't have to, but like,
you might as well.
You might as well. Yeah, you kind of have to.
Purpose at the moment, and that Cathar Commando is going to be sitting there threatening it the whole time anyway.
Yeah, so if you don't do this, if you don't do this, then they still have a 3-power creature that can tussle with you.
And it gives them 2 life. It gives them 2 life.
Yeah, because it came out of the graveyard off the Sarah Paragon.
Yep.
Neat.
So they go up to 10 after damage.
And there we go. And the first poison of the game has been established.
We've tossed a little bit of poison on the board.
No, don't know if that's going to be relevant, but you never know.
I'm going to go with no, but maybe.
Yeah, I mean, in this deck, especially with the Mirex destroyed, yeah, probably not, but...
I don't know how many Mirexes they run, but I'm going to go with not 4.
Actually, no, I'm curious. Yeah, probably not a lot. Yeah. 1. They have 1 in the deck.
1. Perfect. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so actually looking at their 60, they don't have a single way to increase that number of poison from more than that 1.
So that means there's a 10-turn clock with that single might. We're good.
All right.
There's AO back.
AO's back on both sides now.
Yep.
It's exciting to see. So the Eternal Wanderer can continue to uptick and just blank the opposing AO.
Yep.
That is an option.
But instead, they will create that.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Make the double striker. Yep.
They could trade with the AO. 2 AOs trade, I guess.
And then both players get to spin the wheel and see what they land on, which is always fun. I enjoy those moments in Magic where
it's amazing.
Everybody just take a look at the top and see what happens. I enjoy that kind of stuff.
I never choose the other version. Never. If there's always an option for chaos, that's my choice.
I'm kind of with you on that. Yeah. I've had a number. Oh, Flameless Bolt is gorgeous here because that goes to exile.
Oh wow!
So they don't get the death trigger.
That they do not need. Oh wow!
Antiferry slows the sunset for good measure with the Celestis online.
Oh my goodness!
That's pretty good, man. Sanyo just took a massive step ahead in this game, and they were so ahead on cards. Even the 2-for-1. Because using the Brotherhood's End and then the Flameblast Bolt, although they got a lot of other stuff too, so calling it a 2-for-1 is a little.
This is turning into quite the beatdown against Nelson here.
Yep. And there's the Jace down tick.
Oh yeah. They must have another one in hand.
I'm assuming, yeah, another one, or I believe Teferi's down tick. Go find him another one as well.
Doesn't feel good.
No. If I'm Nelson, I'm. There it is. Yep, sure enough.
It is right there.
That's that. 9 cards left in the library. That's gonna do it.
That is the game.
And sure enough, there's your win count right there. Jay's the perfected mind.
And they kept AO'd.
Yeah. Yeah, without dueling AOs, which is always fun. Field of Ruin for good measure, sure. Why not?
Strike back, might as well.
Aha!
Gotcha, bud.
Yep, that's that.
Good first game as we roll into game 2.
Undone by your own draw step. It happens. We've all been there.
It's an oopsie.
Indeed.
Now, what can they even sideboard in to counteract this?
Man. Now, I think Stone Brain here could be phenomenal. Because you Stone Brain those Jaces.
Yes.
And what happens? I mean, that puts Sanyo in a really rough spot, I think. So I like that idea personally. Which is funny. That's one of those cards from the sideboard that I don't love in a lot of situations, but I think here it makes sense.
Well, I think it's their only option.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of that Jace.
And yeah, looking at the rest of their sideboard, I mean, Vanquish the Horde, Knockout Blow, those are for for aggressive strategies. Those don't really do anything here.
Yeah, this is the exact opposite of aggression. Like they're facing a deck that they didn't build a sideboard for. I think the Stone Rain would also.
Stone Rain would be good, yeah, but
would be their only option here. All the rest of it's removal.
Yeah,
maybe an extra Sarah Paragon.
Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe.
Another Sarah Paragon wouldn't be bad, and that looks like they are going to do that. Yeah, yeah, go up to 4 because the more at the end of the day, the more resources you have, the better, right? And so.
Yeah, they ran out of steam here. So if they had that extra little bump, then and they put in the Stone Brains, it looks like.
Yeah, Stone Brain and that Sarah Paragon are in. Makes sense. But yeah, I think you're right. The sideboard is not super well equipped to deal with this.
I agree with getting rid of all the lay down arms either, because those pilots put in work.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
Nelson against Sonia.
But to be fair, I mean, to Nelson's point with that sideboard, or to their credit, I should say, the things like Knockout Blow, Farewell, Vanquish the Horde, they look like out of place in this match. However, if you're going up against Grixis, some of that is good.
In every other
right.
matchup, the unfortunate side effect is that this mono white deck is fighting the only deck that doesn't care about its sideboard.
Pretty much, yeah.
Opens with a Stone Brain, though. This could be.
Yeah. It's very possible.
They can get this out early enough and avoid the counterspell. That could be exceptional.
Oh my goodness! On the play, establish that they don't. They leave the Cathar Commando up. I think I would have just.
I would have dropped it. I would have run it out there.
Oh, I would have rocked Stone Brain so hard there, getting under those counterspells while you can.
There's no 1-drop counterspell.
Yeah.
In the format right now, I don't believe, is there?
Oh, there's Spell Pierce.
Oh.
Yeah, Spell Pierce is a possibility. However,
they're not
looking at the Jeskai list.
They don't.
I don't see them.
Nope.
So
you could have run that out there free and clear on turn 1.
Easily.
Turn 2, turn 3, just got rid of Jace.
Yeah.
I mean, this aggression is also fine. They're down to 11.
It's clearly working. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I expect that you're about to see an Emperor get dropped at some point against them.
That makes sense. Yeah, then Samurai this turn, maybe uptick next turn. I mean, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this board now. Now you see, I think you've burned the opportunity to play the Stone Brain.
I think so too.
They're waiting on something like that.
Although, actually, here might be interesting because Sanyo is showing Wandering Emperor right now. They have 4 mana open.
That's true. Yeah.
And so if you play Stone Brain here before combat,
you're forcing them to make the
choice. Forcing, like, if you have the counterspell, you need to run it, and you're going to lose your Emperor, and I'm just going to keep beating you to death. Or the Stone Brain's going to hit.
That could be an interesting conundrum here to put him in.
I'm intrigued. That's one of those where I look at that and I'm trying to put myself in Sanyo's position. Like if I was Nelson and played that, I don't know what the right move is.
Yeah.
Steel Seraph getting Vigilance here is brilliant. So now the Cathar Commando is the only.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the only Wanderer target.
Down to 2. This is looking exceptionally bad for Sonya. This is I don't know. There we go.
Gate, okay.
Spell. And now you run out the Brain.
I want to see the Brain.
This
is what you brought it in for, right?
Oh, they're gonna save it.
No, I'm gonna keep going with the aggression. I mean, at this point, you already have lethal on board. It's board wipe or bust.
Yeah. They need a board wiper.
Yeah, if Sonya doesn't have the wipe, that's that.
Is the burn down the house?
Yep.
There. Oh, okay.
But they okay. Oh no, they do go to the damage mode. Yeah, there it is. All right. That's good. Don't get me wrong.
Play the Brain. Play the Brain and get rid of Jace.
Just do it. I know. I want to see it happen too so bad. even if it's not the right move. Just come on, just do it. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Come on.
I want to see it go away. Like that's a legitimate go to time move.
Kind of, yeah.
That is, you are forcing your opponent to have no other way to win there.
They're at one, and they passed.
Seal it up.
So, I mean,
won. Brain.
Yeah, so at this point, Steel Seraph can give the Seraph Paragon Vigilance. They attack in. They have 3 damage coming in. If the Wandering Emperor shows up, like this has to be a double removal kind of situation.
Yeah, they need 2 pieces here. Actually, they need 2 pieces. Then they still need to answer the Seraph next turn. Nope, there you go.
Wow. All right.
No answers at all.
Yeah, I was thinking because if they swing with the Ambitious Farmhand, drop the Emperor, exile the Ambitious Farmhand, gain 2 life, they're still dead because you have the 3 power in the air. But by not attacking with the Farmhand at all,
there was no chance for the Emperor to even stop it.
Yeah, Emperor couldn't do anything.
It was a great move.
Yeah, that was well played. Absolutely. Agreed.
I still want to see the Brain, but it's good to save it for game 3. They don't know you have it in your deck at this point unless they look at your deck list like everyone else should, but still.
Yeah, it is open. They don't know you sided it in, though. They don't, yeah.
Exactly. They don't know that you've sided it in. I just want to see it. Just
I know, yeah.
Case. Just take it out.
There was one time I was on the ladder, and I baited a counterspell from my opponent, and I hit a Necromentia and got Teferi Hero of Dominaria out of their deck. Oh, it's the best feeling in the world. It was great.
Beautiful.
Like I don't even think I won the match in the end, but I was like, whatever. That was like,
you know what? That's a win.
I know you're not gonna resolve a Tef on me this game. We're good. Like it's yeah. I'm gonna still ram me over with Narset and Shark Typhoon, but whatever. It was fun. Yeah.
The whole time though, they were grinding their teeth.
Exactly. They were like, oh, I just need Tef right now.
Like,
yeah, no, not this game.
They did that to me. What I did to you.
Yeah, if you haven't had the opportunity to like surgically extract your opponent's win count onto their deck, oh man, you're missing out. It's great.
There's a card called Sadistic Sacrament.
Ooh, okay.
It's a 3-drop. It's 3 black, but you can kick it for 7 more. And if you cast it regularly, you exile 3 cards from your opponent's deck. If you kick it, you exile 15. That is the funnest spell to resolve ever in Magic. You spend like 8 minutes looking through your opponent's deck for 15 cards. It's amazing. I'm like, you're not going to have a win con left when I'm done with this.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this, yeah, from original Zendikar, going for a little over $1. Oh my goodness, I'm putting that on my list right now. Oh, that sounds amazing.
It's one of the funnest cards to have fun with. Right out the gate, Abrading the Reckoning.
Okay. I mean, if you have an Abrade and your opponent has a Bankbuster,
and that's all the artifacts you've seen from them. I mean, legitimately, that's pretty much what Abrade says in this format, it seems. It says destroy target Bankbuster is what I'm reading.
Yeah, or maybe after sideboards, destroy target unlicensed hearse. But for the most part, it's Bankbuster, yeah. And fun fact, in Nelson's hand there, Lorna of the Third Path, also a card that says destroy target Bankbuster.
It does say that.
It's pretty nice, yeah. And that,
in fact, I would probably play it right now and say destroy target Bankbuster.
I would too. I mean, generally, you know, choosing a 3-drop on turn 4 over a 4-drop, that's not, you know, it's not generally what you want to do, but I think in this case, being able to get rid of that Bankbuster before they have an opportunity to activate it twice is really meaningful and worth it. You know, and they're not, well, okay, yeah, another Bankbuster. It's
better than having 2 of them.
Man, yeah, Sonya's doing a great job of drawing those Bankbusters.
Play the card. Play the card.
Yeah, Brain, it's right there. They're tapped out. Come on.
I'm pointing at it on my. Don't do that. Play the dumb play. Damn it. Now play it. Now play it. Oh,
you're trying to win. Yeah, you're trying to just win the game with combat damage. Come on, where's the fun in that?
Are we playing a real game of Magic?
Yeah,
there it is. There it is. We got there, boys. We got there. Bravo.
Drawing into another wedding announcement. I mean, we've seen what can happen when multiple wedding announcements get to go off.
This is very bad for some.
Yeah,
right now, I think personally, you have a mitt full of cards, but you have no way to stop these things.
A brain going after the brain. Oh, Sonya knows what the threat is. Yeah,
knows what's up. Sonya knows what's up.
Sonya gets it. I can't blame him. That was a good move. Yeah,
100%. Knows what the flavor is here. Yep.
Right.
Really helpful.
I mean, with these wedding announcements with the Emperor, I mean, well, yeah, you can't hit them both this turn. There's also nothing to remove with ossification. So,
there's no target.
Yeah, so you might as well just slam, run out another wedding announcement, draw 2 cards on instep. I mean,
this feels good.
Oh, they're gonna hold up and play Wanderer. No. Also fine.
Holding up the Wanderer. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Flameless Bolt on Lauren. That's not bad.
Fair enough.
I actually really love that Sonya's playing Flameless Bolt. I think that card is really good. And it's kind of fallen out of favor.
It seems to be a criminally underplayed.
I mean, it was great. Tenacious Underdog was in like every other deck, and T-Dog's kind of fallen out of favor. Still around, but not as often as it had been. But with the number of death triggers that you see,
there's a pause here. There's a pause.
Yeah, pause in the manual mana tap. That's
manual tap. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
Never a good sign.
All right, so yeah, that negate. Yeah, that worked. That's
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Got rid of both of the answers. I didn't like either of those things. The Bank Buster, or the Stone Brain going away, or the Wander.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Now at this point, Nelson still has 4 damage online. The Bank Buster is currently tapped, and so yeah, that's all gonna go through. Nice.
And about to draw a card.
Yeah, exactly. The wedding announcement is gonna draw you 1 card.
The second wedding announcement draw 2 cards, right?
If you play the next one, it would, yeah.
Oh,
all right. Yeah, they're gonna run that out. Makes sense.
Yeah, of course, 100%. The one thing that the Jeskai deck cannot deal with easily is these enchantments.
Right.
They only have, I believe, they run Farewell. I believe. Do they run Farewell, or is it the other board that runs
Farewell? It would make sense that they. Yeah, they have a 1 of Farewell in the main and 1 other one in the board.
Yeah, so that's the only answer they have to these enchantments that will legitimately win them the game. If they
there is a Destroy Evil in the main and 2 in the side. But other than that, it looks like they're really dependent on trying to counter them before they hit the field.
Yeah, I forgot about Destroy Evil.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have a couple of other ways to deal with it, but not a ton.
No.
All right, so Roadside Reliquary is gonna draw Nelson a card here. It's another ossification. Good cards to have when your opponent is running.
This isn't looking good for Sonia here.
No.
There better be a big play. They could be holding up for an Emperor.
I think they kind of have to be at this point, right?
Yeah, like that's the only thing that you have right now.
Yeah, so if you try to ossify, actually there are 2 ossifications in hand. They can use ossification, targeting the pilot. Sonia would probably crew the Bankbuster in response, and then you play the other one targeting the Bankbuster.
Ossification, doesn't that also hit Planeswalkers?
It can, yes.
They could use its second main on the Wandering Emperor too.
Yeah, ossification is quietly just great, actually.
Yeah, it's oddly a great card.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. That card that when it was spoiled, a whole bunch of Legacy players were like, "Hey, this card's really good." Yeah, it turns out they know what they're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, turns out they were right. Ossification targeting the pilot cruise.
Yeah, but exile target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield for 2. I mean, it is on a land, so. But land destruction, we've seen, is not super common, although we've seen it here today, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Do they ossify again right now, or do they run out one of their AOs?
That's a good question, because, yeah. They're going to go for the attack.
Just attacking.
All right, interesting. This can put Sonya down to 1, assuming there isn't an Emperor, but there is.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
There's always an Emperor.
There tends to be Emperor, yeah.
That's the answer.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Ossification on what one now? Oh, see? Now you're torn like we all were, weren't you?
Okay, where are we going with this? Because, yeah, Sonya could have a Dissipate up, which would really, it would, Praise would get rained on. But if they had it, they didn't rip it. Instead, AO hits the field as a 7/6 because of the 2 wedding festivities, which is pretty great.
The 2 wedding, and it'll become an 8/7 next turn.
Yeah. And Nelson now has an opportunity for a move that they probably won't do, but it makes me happy. When you have 1 legendary. Oh, but there's the Farewell. Wow. Ouch.
There it is. Oof.
But yeah, when you have 2 legendaries, and you can
play
the legendary so they get one of the death triggers. That's always fun. I enjoy it.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. All right, so
sometimes it's the best thing for a clone. And there we go. Dissipate.
AO into the Dissipate. Ouch. That hurts.
Nelson could taste it.
Right? It was so close.
They could taste the victory. And now it's just slowly slipping out of their hands.
Mm-hmm. And this is game 3. And as we've seen, this has been a wild ride. This game. Yeah. Holy cow. And Sanyo, for the record, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, on the day, it has been undefeated. So they've been playing this Jeskai control list all day, and they went 8-0 to get here.
They're rolling into possibly being 9-0 right now.
And actually looking at it, they only had 3 game losses all day.
Jeez.
Right? They've been absolutely
and this was one of them, so at least
dominant today. So, I mean, mad props for that. I mean, that is wild.
Classification on.
Well, and we've seen it here where Nelson has been doing a phenomenal job of pressuring the life total and always having a threat, and somehow Sanyo is still in this thing.
Yeah, like I said, it looked like it was in the bag for the second game where I was like, Nelson came up way too fast, way too hard, and then just piece by piece until we hit the farewell, they just chipped away enough to stop them from dying. You know?
Yeah, it's wild.
And then immediately they just farewelled away any major threat.
Yep.
And put us where we are now.
Yeah, so the ambitious farmhand is gonna take a chip out of the Wandering Emperor, but at this point, Sanyo is now feeling pretty comfortable.
Yes,
they can sit back.
Yeah.
You know, their opponent has more cards in hand, which is relevant. But you've got 2 Bankbusters online. Yeah, the Field of Ruins going after Mirax. I think that's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's 100% to play.
Yeah, your opponent only has so many threats at this point. You got to answer every one of them.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's the AO and it's the Jaces with the Mirax gone.
True, and because of that Abrade on the Stonebrain earlier, those Jaces are still here. So they choose to play out the Wandering Emperor on their own end step to make the Samurai.
And just so that there was no counterspell.
Right, yeah. At a point where it's
to draw.
Well, yeah, exactly, because at this point, Sanyo has 4 cards in hand and a whole bunch of mana. 3 cards in hand now for Leia. So, I mean, yeah, all right. Yeah, they had a very brief moment. Oh, Destroy Evil getting their Teferi back. Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was good.
Yep.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is a bad decision here one way or another. Yep.
All right. And actually, our other top 8 finishers have reported in. As you can imagine, this is the last game of the round that we're waiting on to conclude here. It's crazy. The game 3, control duel.
Did you see who advanced in both games though?
Oh, well, looking at it, so I see
forward.
Yeah, so we have mono white was successful in taking down Rakdos aggro. And then Selesnya Toxic taking down 5-color control.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then mono white took down the other Grixis player. So we've got a lot of mono white.
Now, I'm concerned about this mono white though. I don't think Nelson's gonna be able to do this. I think Sonya's stabilized. Yeah,
I think so. Another Bankbuster. My goodness,
another Bankbuster. Like I don't think there's enough gas left in this deck.
Yep. Well, and Sanyo over here, like a true control mage, looking like they are completely, like they just don't have a chance all game. And here we are, because
surging out at the end.
The game went long. They hit the right answers at the right time. That farewell was huge, to be fair. As it often is.
Followed by the Dissipate, massive. AO being in this game would have been a completely different game.
Oh, 100%.
For Nelson. The Dissipate alone probably pushed it into throw it down for the big number.
I mean,
what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, you might as well, right?
I mean, you're holding 1 card in hand. Your opponent's probably looked at your deck list and knows that the only response you have is the Emperor. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah,
just throw it down.
Big Angel, let's go.
Oh.
All right, they're gonna prototype it, which is fine. I mean, yeah, it's all good. It's fine. Most of the time, that is the smart play, to be fair, because the difference, giving it +2/+1 for 3 mana, like, it's not a ton of value, so I can kind of understand that. And they do have card draw in Lauren as well as the Roadside Reliquaries. Plus, they're in a position now where Coven is online, which is something the Ambitious Farmhand can do, where it can actually flip into a lifelinker.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's an option that Nelson has as well. which might be relevant. We'll see.
So drawing a card. One mana.
But it's a good one to have access to.
Bad, but
yeah, the Eternal Wanderer is a great card to have in your hand.
The problem is you're facing off against this Jeskai deck that will probably be holding.
Yeah,
it's like they're drawing so many cards. They're doing so many things. 3 cards in hand. What are the odds that one of those is a counterspell?
I'm not betting against that. Yeah. That's well, it's funny too. Like, so I personally don't play Control very often. I don't. I know that I'm just not great at it, so so I don't generally do it. I have mad respect for people who can play that style. But it's funny, as somebody who doesn't play Control, you often find yourselves in a situation where you play a spell out and think, okay, but like, what are the chances they have it? And that thought is often followed by, of course they have it. They always have it.
Yeah. That's the only thing you ever say.
Yeah, it's like, of course they have it. They always have it. And it's very easy to always have it when you're drawing a million cards in a game.
Yeah.
When you see twice as many cards as your opponent, yeah, you're much more likely to have whatever that you need in a given situation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can 100% you're Nelson right now. You're a bit trepidatious about running out that Planeswalker. That's a big bomb, and if it gets countered, that could be the end of your game.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big bomb, and it's at this point. I mean, it's got to stick. Like, you can't. Yeah. You just need it.
Yep.
So ossification is a good way to, I don't know, hopefully pull out a negate. But even so, looking at how much mana Sanyo has available with 3 cards in hand, even if this does successfully pull a counter spell, they might have another one.
They very well could.
And they weren't, I don't know, they were pretty quick to rip that. So
they, in fact,
I don't think they're worried about whatever your follow up is there, Nelson. This is
flying again,
flying, sure, get over those pilots, yeah. Yeah, and we have another situation where one of the really powerful things about Planeswalkers is it forces your opponent to put aggression on the walkers.
It resolves.
So they're gonna blink Lauren to get that ETB again. Okay. They also gonna blink the Steel Seraph, and they would have gotten the big Angel back untapped, which would have been pretty good. Yeah. All right.
I don't know what you can do from here. You're top decking at this point, and your opponent has 4 cards in hand now.
Mm-hmm.
Smells a little rough to me.
Yep. Now we also do see the match timer that is live right now. Nelson does have 8 minutes at this point. I think that's still going to be fine. I'm not worried about that here, but it's a factor.
Yep.
And the 1/1 pilot is going after the Eternal Wanderer.
Oh, he's going to get rid of it.
And Nelson is going to choose to block. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, Lauren is apparently more important or less important than the 1 damage on the Emperor, which was a bold choice. Oh, and Wandering Emperor is going to come down and exile the Steel Seraph. That hurts.
Oh my god! And this is feeling like a moment here.
Yep. All right, so we got a double striking Samurai on board. It's not bad. Problem is now the Roadside Reliquaries, they don't
useless.
Yeah, they don't do anything. They're just colorless lands here, because if you were to tap and activate it, you draw 0 cards because you control 0 artifacts or enchantments. So, or you don't control either. It's binary.
Bankbuster's a 5/5, so it can't be killed. Oh, and it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, so we have some devils. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, the 5/5 first strike is very relevant. And at this point, Sanyo is ignoring the Eternal Wanderer.
Yeah, they're just going for the kill now.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. Yeah, you're kind of forced to block the Bankbuster here to prevent 5. You take 3, and now, even if Eternal Wanderer down ticks, you're getting 3 devil triggers.
Now the question is this a helpful card? Sorry.
I do love the Stone Brain. I really do.
Is that no?
But in this moment,
very close.
Oh, but it does give you an artifact, so the Reliquary can draw into a Field Ruin.
Feels bad. crack the other one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's at this point. I mean, this is desperation at this point.
I don't see what you would do otherwise. You're stuck in a. Oh.
Almost. It's so close. If the Sarah Paragon had been a card before,
yep,
it would have been much better.
They could still play the Field of Ruin though and play the Sarah Paragon.
Right.
The problem is you're just facing off against a giant reckless thing over and over and over again, right? That Bankbuster is only going to get bigger every time.
Right. So I think you have to downtick the Wandering Emperor here, put it to 2 loyalty, save one of those devils, and take out the pilot.
Yeah, you need to kill.
You're going to end up taking 2 to the face from the devil death triggers.
But you have to kill the pilot
here. You got to get the pilot out of here. Otherwise, that Bankbuster is just going to keep crashing in, like you're saying.
Because I think they got rid of all the Bankbusters. I think that's his last one.
Okay.
I have a feeling.
I believe it.
Or it's his third one, maybe out of 4. But you got to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not great, but I mean, the alternative is you're just done. Like
you're just done. Yeah.
All right, they're gonna make another samurai. There may be a line that they see that I don't, but I'm not loving this.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That pilot is just pilot's just putting in so much work, like so much work.
I mean,
it's incredible.
Heck, even upticking the Eternal Wanderer
and killing it, just exiling.
Yeah, exiling the token and just getting it gone is, an option.
3 damage here, the one from the Death of the Devil. And I just don't see a way to stabilize.
Right. Yeah, man, this is wild.
Again, like I said, it seemed like Nelson's game, and then all of a sudden,
somehow
the little ticks forward,
those,
and then
yeah, exactly. All those little bits of value add up.
Yeah,
and
build the board like this,
the right answers at all the right times, and another farewell just for good measure. Getting rid of the graveyard, so the Sarah Paragon is effectively useless here.
Now that was a play.
That was brilliant. Don't touch anything on the board. I like all the stuff on the board, but get those graveyards out of here.
So he needs to -4 right now. They need to -4 right now. Kill that, or like you said, +2 to kill it immediately. You need to get that off the board.
And now you can
actually they're still dead without life. Oh, you can give lifelink.
You can't give lifelink with the
Steel otherwise the devils killed him regardless.
Right. That's actually those devil triggers.
Problem.
Those are a problem, yeah. Which puts you in a lot of fun situations where if you're the one who has them, where you attack and it's just like, oh, no matter what, like even if you block, you're still done. Like
exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty nice when that works out in your favor.
Give the Sarah Paragon.
Yeah, Sarah Paragon lifelink, crash in on the Emperor. If they have an answer, I mean, it is what it is.
Exactly. Oh, they're gonna try to get rid of a blue source up. Just grab an island. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know that that's getting you much value. I mean, I guess then you could then I see what they're doing because now they can play the Field of Ruin out of their graveyard and then crack it to gain 2 life.
To gain 2 life.
Yeah,
that is a good play.
That'll work. That'll get you that value.
Kill the Wandering.
Yep. Gain 3 there.
Wanderer dies.
And now do you Stonebrain activation? Has the time come?
Oh, do we see the Stonebrain?
Come on, Stonebrain! Because there are 24 cards left in Nelson's library.
Jace.
If Jace shows up, it could just be a very anticlimactic end to what has been a really epic game.
Do
Right?
There's 1 card in their hand. What makes you think it's just come on?
Do
Jace.
it.
Oh yeah.
All right. The brain.
Type it.
What do you choose?
Let's see the J. J.
I mean,
come on. Stop throwing us for this. Show us what you take. No.
Look like they're gonna go for
the Emperor.
Yeah, the Wandering Emperor. Which is fine. Like that is a very powerful card in this situation. So okay, but
I guess that's a very powerful card.
I mean, 2 in the library, only a land in hand. Oh, there's only one Jace in the deck.
Oh, they swapped him out.
Yeah, they boarded him out. That's very interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Me neither. I thought that.
Wait.
Right. Oh, yeah, they did use it. I'm wondering why they're allowing that pilot to live.
Yeah, I don't know.
The pilot's just putting a 6/6 out every turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's just killing one of your dudes. Oh, that's.
Oh, brother, then that's bad.
That's the.
Well, actually, I mean, it downticks the Emperor pretty badly.
Why
Devils
they
are
pilot first? That feels weird.
Yeah.
If they piloted first, they could have swung in for death.
True, they could have swung in for quite a bit there.
Because it was a 6/6.
Yeah, that was missed. That was some missed value for sure.
Now they're gonna get their 2 life back.
Yep. Yeah, they're gonna get the 2 life back, and the Eternal Wanderer is still live.
True.
And for those of you, paying attention at home who's just joined us, you'll notice that Bankbuster does have counters, but those are +1/+1 counters.
those are larger counters. That thing's just
those are not draw a card counters. Those are those are make big counters. All right, and so we have
an army.
Top Deck Wars, but one side has the Walker online. Nelson, being a good sport, even playing out the land, showing I got nothing.
I'm just running this stuff out for no reason.
Yep, just play it. Why not? Let's go. And yeah, a zero ability, make 2/2 double strikers. Turns out pretty good. So Kenzen is gonna chump blockers, prevent 8 damage. That's legit. But here comes wedding announcement.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with preventing 8 damage.
100%. Yeah. When you're at 12, yeah, it feels pretty good. Oh, the land! And somehow, against all odds.
Wow.
Nelson pulling this off. Xaxes. Holy cow. I love it. And as somebody who, as a jank brewer, I've tried so many times to build standard decks around like the signpost uncommons that were clearly meant for draft.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times and it almost never works. But here we go. Like, here's one where it does work and it's working very well.
So good.
Yeah. And the person who's going to be playing it, or the person who has been playing it today, has only lost once. And it was against the Jeskai control list that just got knocked out. That was the only deck to beat it all day. So...
And they immediately open with the Veneration.
With the Raw Priest. Kylie.
And it immediately gets delayed.
Nope, get it out of here. And that right there is the power of the Raw Priest.
Got an infect just from doing it.
Yeah, they still get one. Like, yeah, Kylie had the perfect answer and they still get a poison counter. Like, you just can't win when that hits the field.
Look at this.
And here goes Carlin Court. I have a feeling this is going to be a much quicker match than our last one.
One way or another, this. Look, they have to use every answer to deal with every toxic thing that lands.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
I love this.
It's just
Jesus,
constant barrage.
Oh yeah,
but it's not going to let.
It is never ending. They're just going to keep they're just going to come at you. And the fact that Ossification exiles is huge because when the Crawling Chorus dies, it produces the might. So denying that death trigger is really important. Yeah. All right. So here comes that bloated contaminator is pretty scary.
It's not a fun card, that's for sure.
Yeah, not fun to see on the other side. Yeah, overstated, trample, proliferate, toxic itself. Yeah, it's kind of checking all the boxes. Yeah.
Oh, just hilarious. And the proliferate part on it's on top of the toxin. It's 2 poison counters every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's effectively toxic too, but obviously with proliferate you can get all kinds of benefits from that.
Yeah.
Now one of the things. Now I'm curious. Don't mind my very mechanical keyboard here.
I'm just enthralled with this game.
Yeah.
Like Kylie must be just sitting there thinking, because this deck is so much different than every other deck we've seen today.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the other decks are sort of a slow grind, like you said, or a mid range. This thing's coming out. This is pure aggro right out the gate. This doesn't let up at all. Just comes.
It's going to get after you. This is just how it works. And and it it's funny, like when you're going up against control, there's the question of like, okay, how many cards do they have in hand? What am I working with? And there's this kind of dance. With this is just like, nope, this is what I got. It's coming at you. Do you have an answer?
There's no dance.
Yeah, there's no dance. There's no like everything is on board. I mean, they might as well play with their hand revealed. Like it's just like this is what's happening.
Yeah, against the mono white deck, you could.
Honestly,
there's no answers in the mono white deck. You just there's this answer, but it's coming.
That said, they do go on Tyvar stand, so I mean that's a combat trick that might be relevant here. We'll see if it comes in, because honestly, if that hit here, that would be pretty devastating. And nope, not this time.
They were holding for a moment. I was like, oh, do they?
Yeah, there was a second where it's like, oh, are we gonna see it?
There was a second where it was just like, oh my goodness, I think maybe they
Yeah.
have it. I think you just called what they were about to play.
But yeah, Tyvar stand, and then they also have Valorous Stance in the list, which can provide indestructible, which is pretty useful. And if the Rot Priest is down, that's a great way to directly deal with that kind of stuff.
The Valorous Stance wouldn't have worked there, but the Tyvar stand would have been amazing at that moment.
Right,
that would have been legitimately the best play.
Would have been pretty
I just love the fact that the D19 is just laying everything out. Doesn't hold back a land, even though it doesn't need to. Just like you said, like Nelson, just throwing it out there. This is what I have. Deal with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna top deck a Plains. Whatever. I'm just gonna play this Plains. Like this is what I got. I don't. Like, I'm not. You can make a really solid case that what you should do is hold it back and make your opponent think you have something, because then they might play around it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've played plenty of blue decks where like turn 2 or 3 will roll around and I will have nothing in my hand to do. And I just leave my mana open and my opponent will not play anything and pass because they assume I have a counter spell. It's great.
Your best bet, it doesn't work as well, I find, online as it does in person, but where you just always say response. Even if you don't have one. Your best bet is just always be like, whenever they go to do anything, you're like, hold up. What do you got left for mana? And then you sort of tap your chin.
Second.
Well, I'll let that.
Oh, that was all right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're sitting on 2 islands in your hand. They don't know, but yeah.
Exactly, right? Or you got your commander out in a mid full of cards. You got nothing, but he could have any
it could be all kinds of stuff,
and they're every spell they cast, you're just like, hold up.
Wait a minute. What's that? Can I see that again real quick? Yeah.
Look at it. And then you just do that constantly.
Oh yeah.
And I find it works wonders. People are legitimately worried. They're just like, that asshole has something.
All right. Every time. Yeah, they're gonna play around it every time. It's great. Well, and
waiting for my crater hoof. He's waiting for my crater hoof.
In Arena, you can do that by choosing to hold priority. If you press
click
control,
when you want to hold it, right? Yeah.
Well, if you press control, you'll hold priority, and what that'll do is every time it'll put you into full control mode. Is what it's called. Sorry.
Okay.
And what that means is every time you get priority, it will give you a pause and like give you a chance to do something, even if you literally have nothing you can activate.
I'm sorry. This deck is amazing.
Yeah. So Slaughter Singer's coming out too.
All he's doing is just trotting out everything as the same symbol. It's all toxic. It's just
every one of these creatures is going to poison you, and I have a lot of them. This is how this goes.
This is one of the funnest decks
it's pretty great. Seen. And then Slaughter Singer giving +1/+1 to all the toxic creatures is a big deal here.
Every toxic,
because now all of a sudden these mites, which were 1/1s, which are no big deal, are now all of a sudden trading with these 2/2 humans, and Kylie has to block some of them. I mean,
you kind of have to.
Especially the double striker. Like
you have to actually double block the 5/5. You can't let that get through right now. You're at 3 in fact.
Right.
If that tramples through, you go to 5.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
So you got to do the game block, but that doesn't feel good.
Why? Wow.
You're not happy with that. Yeah.
You don't like that at all.
I mean, it makes sense, but
what a deck.
Well, and the other thing that Kylie could do here, I don't think I've seen them do this yet. They could proliferate up the invitation counters on the wedding announcement. Because it
stop the attack triggers and stuff.
Because exactly. Because if I'm not mistaken, you only get the card draw or the token if it's your end step. If it triggers on your end step.
Yep.
It's not like a Saga where it triggers when you put the counter on it. And so yes, it would get Kylie to an Anthem a little faster, but they would lose some value along the way.
They would have lost the creature. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It is a coin flip when you're playing. Oh,
there's the Valor Stance. Oh, now
that's not the fun that they were hoping for.
Nope. Now they don't get the. All right. Well, and here's Wandering Emperor. That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dump that land all day. Honestly, given how many utility lands that deck is running, I think Demolition Field would be a good pickup again. Reliquary is fine too. But yeah, honestly, you can make a really solid case that getting Demolition Field in case a Mirex or another Seed Core shows up, because those could really kind of mess up your day a little bit.
Fast. Yeah, real fast.
Now, if I'm Kylie, I'm ripping Wandering Emperor right now to get rid of that Bloated Contaminator.
Oh, yeah,
if they top deck a Tyvar stand, I'm going to be big sad.
Uh-oh.
All right. What did D9 just draw here?
Oh, man. Tyvar stand. Come on.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
Right? How wild would that be? Or even a Rod Priest here would feel pretty bad. Annex Sentry. Okay. That is going to eat one of those tokens. That feels rough too. Yeah. Yeah, getting a 4/4 blocker off the board. Oof.
This deck is just amazing. This is my favorite deck I've seen today.
Yeah.
By far.
By
none. This person doesn't care about their hand. Doesn't care. Every creature turns sideways every turn.
Yep. No, everything is just efficient and it is very focused. These are going to be creatures. They are toxic and they are coming after you. It is
just gonna come.
That's it. Yeah, it's pretty great. I'm a fan of these decks. That it's just I'm gonna put you on the back foot right away. Oh, they choose not to attack, assuming the Emperor was coming, which it was.
Look at the uncanny thought process there. They're like, no, we're just gonna let this one go.
And I think with that, I mean, those wedding announcements and the Emperor's really important for getting back into this thing. And even the Reflection of a Ganja now being a 5/6. Holy cow. Yeah, that's pretty good. And notably, the Slaughter Stinger only triggers on, when you attack. So it's not helping on D.
The crazy thing is they just swung 8 damage into them, bringing them to their life total.
Yeah, Skrelv's Hive giving all of the toxic creatures lifelink when Corrupted is on the line is pretty great.
This deck could probably use some wedding announcements.
Honestly,
making those guys big.
I mean, you can make an argument for it. Although Skrelv's Hive ends up kind of doing the same.
It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and there's another one. Okay,
killing yourself faster. I love it. This is my kind of deck. This is what I would play if I played Standard. I would just bust out something like this and be like, let's see how.
Right, and honestly, it's actually looking at of all of our competitors today. It's probably one of the more budget-friendly lists as far as Arena is concerned.
Oh, easy. I mean, the Rot Priest is pretty much your
Rot Priest, Contaminator, and Skrelv, and Skrelv's Hive are all rares. But yeah, the Slaughter Stinger is uncommon, or Stinger rather. Sorry, Crawling Course is a common. Jawbone Duelist, I believe, is uncommon. I could be mistaken on that, but lower rarity. Tyvar Stand is an uncommon. Valorous Stance uncommon. I mean.
Build this whole deck for nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad. That said, the mana base is a whole other story though. But there's that.
Yeah, mana bases always are.
I know. There's so many times where I look at a deck, or if I'm planning on building like a new commander deck or something, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be too bad because this and this, these are way cheaper than I thought. And then I like put it all together, and then I look at the lands, like, oh wait,
this doesn't seem nearly as good as I was hoping.
Dang. I can build this whole deck for like $50, and then I look at the mana base, and I'm like, oh man, that's rough. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's one of the first things that my son just recently started playing Magic. He's 15.
Oh, nice.
He started building commander decks, and that was the first thing I drilled into him. It was like the most boring part of your deck, but the most important part is your mana base.
Easily,
and it's gonna suck to build it.
Yep,
but you have to build it.
Yeah, gotta eat your vegetables, man. The mana's got to be in good shape.
Well, this isn't
I think
here.
Those wedding announcements and the Emperor was able to establish enough of a board presence. They
tied their own knives.
Yep. Ouch.
Oh,
yeah.
Bravo though. Bravo.
That was fun.
Yeah, bravo.
Now, if I'm looking at the sideboard, this mono white sideboard, I see temporary lockdown. This is a different one than we were looking at in the last game, to be fair. But like, I see temporary lockdown. I see Vanquish the Horde. I mean, those look like slam dunk includes to me.
Answers. You see?
Yeah, we see answers exactly.
I mean, the thing is that they dealt with it fairly easily once they stabilized. Once those 2 wedding announcements came on, you were essentially out. And I think that is sort of the problem with this Infect deck when you look at it, is that if the creatures are too big, you just don't get through. and the wedding announcements make the creatures too
Yeah.
good. There's no way around it with what you have going on. You're all or nothing.
Right.
And I don't know if it's fast enough to beat a deck like this. Like this deck, I think can get out fast enough.
Right. Well, and it's interesting actually looking at the decks that the Selesnya player played against throughout the day. There's mono red aggro. There were mono white mid range lists that they've gone up against twice so far today, but otherwise, Grixis mid range. There's a mono red mid range list that's listed here. Rakdos aggro, Jeskai control.
Well, we saw the Rakdos one, I believe, didn't we? No, maybe we didn't know. Maybe we saw Rakdos.
I think we saw we did see that Rakdos aggro list at one point. Yeah, I think they're round 8. I think we saw the play. Yeah. Seed core into crawling chorus. That ain't bad.
And watch.
Later on arms. Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, it turns out 1 mana exile target creature is
seems pretty good.
Not bad.
There's another one.
All right, we have Spirited Companion coming in, which can chump block that crawling chorus and turn it into a mite. Not amazing, but so be it. Now note the mites are artifact creatures.
They are, yes.
So when Lorna the Third Path enters the battlefield, it could squish a mite on the way in if it doesn't have better targets. Oh, interesting. Okay, choosing not to block the crawling chorus, instead put one, take 1 toxic and Bloated Contaminator's online now.
This is the same situation we saw last time, and I believe it will amount to the same thing. This Bloated Contaminator is going to bring them up to 4 infect, but then it's going to peter out because, well, I guess if they don't draw land, they're kind of screwed. The Wandering Emperor needs 1 more land.
Yep. And it'll be interesting to see, and in the last game, they were able to protect the Contaminator once from a group block.
Yes.
But then removal was, followed shortly after. So
we didn't see a Tyvar stand either. I was quite
of
that. That probably would have made a game changer.
Tyvar stand is so good.
They're thinking pretty hard about what they need to do.
All right.
19.
Crash on it.
They need to win.
Leave the chorus back. Interesting. Okay.
It is rather weird.
Yeah, Kyler just taking it because
up to 3.
4 power trampler with only 2 1/1s back. It was going to get through no matter what. So, ooh, Rot Priest online. That's not good.
Oh, immediately draws the card they need to deal with the Rot Priest.
Yeah, the late on arms does deal with the Rot Priest, which is great unless D19 has, protection back. So we'll see. We'll see. Because if you target the Rot Priest with the late on arms, remember the Bloated Contaminator. It's mana value 3.
Oh, they have 3 planes. They have 3 planes. They can target.
Yep. All right. But now the Rot Priest goes unchecked, so that'll be very interesting to see how this goes.
They only have 6 spells at target. Though.
True.
So there's only so much damage it can do.
Yeah, in this deck, it's basically a 1/2 infector most of the time.
Yeah.
The target ability. It's funny. There are a lot of people who've done.
So Lesnia Toxic does run wedding announcements in their sideboard.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, 4 of it.
I missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That makes a lot of sense.
So that they might have swapped it in because that was a deciding factor that their creatures could not push through a trade.
Yeah, it's true. And there's that little extra could have gone a long way. So yeah, if you find yourself in the trenches, that makes a lot of sense to slot that in. Yeah, they're gonna choose. So Rot Priest coming in. They're gonna double block with Spirited Companions.
Now, do they have save here? I feel like maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Valor Stance or an Aganjo to get rid of one of the Spirited Companions. Right. That'll do it.
Great. Up to 5. Board's empty. They really need to draw land here.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's not. Oh, okay.
That's not it. So they're going to Bankbuster.
Oh, no.
Oh, the Ambitious Farmhand kind of rubbing it in because you can't play that, but it could go fetch you a plane. So
2, 3. They're going to be at 8 infect here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, D19 using the Seed Core to buff one of the crawling choruses, but not the other. Yeah, here's 8 poison. Oof.
They're danger zone.
Yeah, this is pretty scary. Jawbone Duelist, Double Striker, Double Strike Toxic, Brutal Cathar. Decent card, don't get me wrong, but
at this point they needed land. Yeah. They actually needed more than
at that point I don't know that I don't know if there was anything that could have gotten him out of that.
Yeah.
Ouch, that hurts. Yeah, that was the toxic deck.
That was a big thing.
It did the thing.
Yep.
It came out swinging.
It made it for having one missed land drop. And that's what happened.
It's wild.
If they would have got that missed land drop, they could have brought in the Wandering Emperor, killed the Rot Priest, or killed something else, created a 2/2. Like, they could have started to stabilize.
Right.
They just didn't get there.
Well, and that's the other thing is, like, this toxic deck, we saw it there. It really only needs like one good turn.
Yeah.
You know, if it can really, you know, hit you with 3 creatures one turn, you're probably done.
I feel it's like an aggressive mulligan deck. you have to like find your hand, like, so that you can just go 1, 2, 3. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can miss a turn of dropping something. Like, I feel. Look at this guy.
Yeah, if you somehow manage to look at a starting 7 and it's, you know,
such a good,
and it ends up somehow being nothing but 3 drops. Yeah, you're mulliganing that all day. There's some decks where you can kind of get away with it, but yeah, the toxic deck, no. You need to be doing something on 1. You need to be doing something on 2. Yeah, and here we have a situation where the Rot Priest, because it has toxic, this could establish a poison counter. Sure does. Yeah, and a crawling chorus. Here we are.
It's just, that's pretty good.
Yeah, lay down arms, targeting the Rot Priest. Get that thing off the board immediately. That's that's correct. And then crawling chorus, exile that as well,
so that you don't get the might. Yeah.
Good call.
So we saw this happen in the last game where they managed to establish wiping out those creatures early. And it came back to hurt D19. That's a good card. They missed a land drop though.
Oh, they did. So it's D19's turn to be missing land drops, and here comes the wedding announcement. Wow. Okay.
I think they missed a second.
Oh no!
Here. And I feel that their deck like caps out at like
it does.
3,
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, they have the Annex Sentry and the Bloated Contaminator.
Bloated Contaminator.
But other than that, it's like all 1s and 2s. Great. I mean, obviously, if you have more mana to pump into Tyvar Stand, that's great. But yeah.
Wow, that was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Unfortunate. That was.
And this is an interesting swing here with the Slaughter Singer into the 2 tokens. Here comes Lord of the Third Path to pop the Hive.
Wow, leaving them completely defenseless here.
Wow. Yeah, so the Singer is especially good if you have other toxic creatures. And Skrell's Hive was going to give you more toxic creatures.
Yep.
So I think holding that asset back and trying to build up a little Hive army, or Might army rather, you know,
2 land drops in a row. 3.
Oh,
2,
man.
3 now. 3.
Yeah, they're on 2. Yeah, and Kylie here didn't even play their land this turn, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
they did not know.
Yeah, they're shockingly far back at this point. Oh, and a fresh Lauren. Ouch.
Oh my god.
Do another wedding announcement. Yeah, this is not looking good for D19. Not by a long shot, because even if they do manage to hit a Contaminator or an Annex Sentry at this point, it's just not enough. Like you know, the strength of the toxic deck is just being able to, you know, get under what your opponent's doing. Destroy Evil is excellent here, though.
That is a great play. That is a great play.
All right.
Pop off one of them. Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's the other one, but you did mitigate a lot of value.
There's that temporary lockdown. There's their 3rd land, but I feel it is too little.
Oh, and there's the Contaminator. Sure enough, they have been sitting on the Contaminator. Lord of the Third Path, drawing everybody a card. Group hugging Standard. It's crazy.
Whatever it takes for White to draw a card.
Sometimes main phase tapping it. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. Wow, they are really digging at this point. That is an unfortunate set of draws for them.
Yeah, that was.
I'll be honest. They just drew 4 lands.
Yep. They hit a lot of nothing on those draws.
They also tapped their only thing that could trade with this Bloated Contaminator. They would have to block with all of it to not take any damage here, but
yeah, I mean that was a lot of misfortune off the top of the deck. At this point, I mean the Bloated Contaminator presumably is going to be crashing on in.
I mean, I don't see.
Yeah.
There's no reason to hold it.
I mean, at this point, even if you think Kylie has the Emperor, they only have 3 mana open, so
exactly.
Yeah, and we have a Proliferate, and again, you could uptick the wedding announcement if you wanted to. Although you'd be giving them more power on the attack.
Like I think that D19 is a bit concerned about it.
Yeah.
It buffs all those creatures too big, right? I think they're if he had them too, or if they had them too, sorry, then yeah, but I don't know. I'd be
Carnivorous Canopy.
Right out the
gate. Coming in out of the sideboard again. The devotion to Phyrexia is real.
Straight lands they've drawn.
All right, there's Al though, right on time.
Yeah.
Now, also, is it Ao or Ao? I honestly don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. I always call it Ao, but I have no idea, and I don't think I. Really care.
It's one of those things. When I pronounced it Ao for the longest time, mostly just because I also really enjoyed the joke. Make him say Ao. That was dumb, but I like it. And as people kept correcting me, so now I say ow, and every now and then somebody still corrects me when I say that. So it's like, okay, like what? I just can't win. So I don't know.
Nerds, man.
I know, right?
Do?
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah.
Exactly.
Again, I am that guy, to be fair, in a lot of situations.
Get out of your basement, kids.
Like I'm not casting judgment or anything. I just I
put my time in.
We're all nerds here.
I got my stripes. I'm allowed to be that guy in the basement who says, well, actually.
Yeah. It's like, hey, man, I spent a lot of time learning all this stuff. I'm going to share this information.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if I happen to be a little aggressive about it, well, so be it. Don't.
Exactly, yeah. D19 is thinking long and hard about what their play is here.
Yep. There's a lot of tokens. Yeah, that AO definitely changes things to some degree. Yeah, because that can comfortably block the Bloated Contaminator and not be too worried. All right, Skrelv's Hive bringing the lifelink. Skrelv, the Defector Might. Going up against the mono white deck, that is excellent. That is nothing short of absolutely excellent. Because
that is
now there's a very important interaction that I'd be remiss if I didn't point out. Well, one, Late on Arms is going to hit one of these because Skrelv still is summoning sick at this point. So it's all going to be for naught. But I want to point out a Ganjo, Seat of the Empire. While it is a land that produces white, it is a colorless ability.
Yeah.
So
it can in fact destroy it.
Yes. So if you use Skrelv to give, the Contaminator hexproof from white and unblockable by white, that kind of like pseudo protection, Ganjo could still hit it. That is an important detail.
All of those lands get around protection because they're not actually colors.
Yep. Which is pretty wild.
I love them. Yeah. I don't see why you would ever not run them when you can.
Honestly,
no downside.
Yeah. There is no downside to running one in your deck.
Yeah.
The moment you run two, you might get both, but but I'm the exact same way every time I build a new deck. Like whatever, like just all the channel lands, but one of each, of all whatever colors I'm in.
I mean, like I'll put it in my the decks even if I don't want to mill myself. It's like, well, there might be an opportunity. There's no point not to.
Yeah.
They come into play untapped.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've done so many things where, if I have like a control deck in red or something, or like a mid-range deck in red that doesn't do anything with tokens, that's rarely attacking, I'll still put Sokenzen, the red one, into my deck.
Fine.
Maybe I need a blocker at some point. I don't know.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You got no mana, you just hold that 4 up and you Sokenzen. Who cares?
Just rock it out. Fine. Yeah, why not? So I gotta say, I am shocked at how well positioned these Fields of Ruin have been today.
Yeah, we have seen them just dominate, like just absolutely crack these
I mean, we saw them punish the greedy Grixis mana base, the Selesnya, toxic deck. They have a ton of utility. It's just a crazy amount of utility lands. So
I'd like to report that the mono white beat mono white.
Oh, excellent! I was curious how that was going to go down.
I was worried about it too. I knew you were waiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is the middle of the road mono white deck that only runs 4 of those effects. So it's even better that they hit it just in time.
Right, absolutely. So temporary lockdown, getting rid of Skrelv as well as the Hive, which is pretty fantastic.
Just got rid of everything.
Just got rid of all the stuff. and even one Spirited Companion. So worst case scenario, if D19 like hits a Destroy Evil or a Carnivorous Canopy, which actually that's pretty great for them. But even then, Kylie gets the Spirited Companion back and draws a card. So it's not nothing.
Now I mean, the thing is that even without drawing anything, they're still in a bad place with AO there.
Right.
Like that, you're 2 hits away from dying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't tap. So even if they hadn't drawn anything there off that, like they don't have anything useful per se, but like you're still 2 hits away from dying.
And at this point, Kylie, Crack, and Lauren hitting a Demolition Field, which might be relevant.
Yeah, that plus that bonus from the Seed Core could be a decision maker.
Now there are 2 of them down, unfortunately. So
it's true. Yeah, that is true. They're +2/+1.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, which is a shockingly big bonus. It makes a big difference.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's real good. All right. So Gancho's back, which is really useful. Skrelv can't block, and nor can it activate yet.
No.
Yeah, so Kylie's going to just go all in. I have a sneaking suspicion that Contaminator is going to line up against Lauren. And then if I'm Kylie, I'm just rocking the Gancho and getting that Contaminator off the field.
Yeah. They're taking their time here.
Yep. Looks like the Contaminator is going to line up against the Spirited Companion, which they're hoping is going to gain them 4 life and take the Companion out. But nope, there's the Gancho.
But unfortunately.
Yep. They take a cool 7, go down to 3. Skrelv's Hive is going to drop them down to 2. Yeah, Demolition Field is going to pop one of those Seed Cores. D19 Flash is the good game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing that they have left in their deck that could do that. So,
well, the crazy thing about AO there is even if D19 has an answer, like his Destroy Evil or something, there's a chance you're going to spin into something that can finish the game anyway.
And unfortunately, those mites can't block. So even if
true.
AO, they still lose to any random swing. That's pretty funny, actually, that they did that. But still, it's a moot point at this point. They're just doing it for pride.
Yep, I get that. Yeah, spinning into Sarah Paragon, that is pretty darn good.
Sarah Paragon out of the pretty good hit.
Yeah, you downgraded AO a little, but not by much, really. Yeah. Yeah, so Lauren and Skrelv are gonna tangle here.
And then they just
Seed Core buff, but it's not enough to. So this is still a trade, but they gain more life though, so that's not nothing.
They do go up to 5. That is true, but I mean, on this, all they have to do is swing for 4.
Right,
because the mic can't block.
Yeah,
and then they die to their own. Yet again, they die to their own Skrelv. Oh, the pain of it
happens.
all.
Yep.
The pain. It was a good try,
yeah,
D19.
No, this is a great game.
I applaud you. I love that deck. This deck might actually make me play Arena.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I would be willing to build like some dumb effect deck that just runs all your cards so you don't have to think. There's no thought process here. Just play your cards and go. I might get into Arena.
I love it. Yeah. No, run them out, see what happens.
Maybe you'll see me on the other side.
Yeah.
Playing against someone and losing.
That'd be a blast. They're going to play out Lauren. They're going to go. Are they going to? They're not going after the Hive, are they? No, good. They're going after the Bite. Just because.
Just because.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, there's the attack. Okay. Yeah, the Skrelv's Hive trigger.
Skrelv.
Wow. Phenomenal game. Again, great match.
Wow.
This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com.
Looking for the latest comic book to add to your collection? How about the last card for that Magic the Gathering Commander deck? Well, the comic book store's got you covered. Shop online at comicbookstore.tcgplayerpro.com or come in person at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey. Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below. And on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too. So get in on it. Hope to see you.
Here we go. The finals are starting, folks.
Here we go.
Mono White versus Mono White. Kylie against Radiant GOH. I believe we'll be looking over Kylie's shoulder again.
Excellent.
Good luck.
It's a good seat. So here we are.
We've definitely seen both of these decks. So the deck that they're facing right now, Radiant, is the one that had the 8 land destruction cards in it that had destroyed that unfortunate.
Yes, yeah, so just badly. Totally ruined that poor Grixis player's day.
Now, in this case, those cards don't matter.
Right. Yeah, both of these decks are running plenty of planes. So being able to pop a Reliquary Tower before it goes off might be relevant, but that's about it.
They only hit non-basic, correct?
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Now I'm second guessing.
Otherwise, you could hit something that you put ossification on, but I think they only hit non-basics. I know Demolition Field, you see it in the hand right now, only hits non-basics. And
Field only hits non-basics.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Field of Ruin only hits non-basics too.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct. But yeah, so ossification lands can't be touched by that, which is very, very meaningful.
Extremely.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Extremely important here.
All right. So we have the Battle of the Bankbusters beginning.
We do.
And we had some nice alliteration there. I was pretty happy with that. All right. So Kylie choosing rather than dropping the Bankbuster, choosing to get the card now and throwing the Spirited Companion. Fair enough. Radiant cracking the Bankbuster on their turn.
Gotta love
Presumably to find that land they just played, but maybe not. Well, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
All right. Spirited Companion coming in into a wedding announcement. Great starts by both players so far. So
yeah, neither player's gotten off to a slow start here. They both come out swinging, which is great.
Absolutely. Also in the chat, we do have there is a prediction. Actually, it may be. I hope it's still up by the time I'm saying this. Otherwise, I look very silly. But where you can bet channel points actually on who's going to win this match. So that's always fun.
Oh shit!
Yeah, right. So yeah, Mono White versus Mono White. My money's on Mono White.
I'm gonna bet Mono White wins this one.
I think that's a safe. I think you might be on something. Yeah.
But I could be betting that they win. Prediction started. It did start. Yeah. Okay.
Excellent. All right. So now Kylie is going to follow with the Bankbuster. Radiant with 6 cards in hand, 4 mana open. I don't know that I more clearly. I mean, they might as well be wearing an "I Have Wandering Emperor" T-shirt.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's
there's no other reason to be doing this.
Oh, but they cracked the Bankbuster. If they did have Emperor, they chose not to play her. Oh, Cather Commando. That's also a very efficient use of mana. And I have a sneaking suspicion that wedding announcement is not going to be around for much longer. That said, the Bankbuster still has 3 counters on it. So both of those are pretty juicy targets.
In these mono white decks, if there's one thing I've seen so far is that pretty much every target is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
There's no wasted artifacts or enchantments in this deck.
No.
There's no fat to trim off. Everything is exceptional.
Mm-hmm.
I just went and put 1,000 points on one of these people.
Yeah, love it.
So, no, I put it all down.
All right, excellent. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and
there goes.
I'm gonna go ahead and put 5K channel points down. Let's go.
Oh, we're going big,
Oh yeah, there it is. Boom.
Got the pilot out.
All right.
Buster on the other side is gone, but it did leave the wedding announcement up and about to transform.
And I do love my pizza points, so I'm hoping I get those back. Let's see. All right.
Pretty big fan of them too.
Yeah, right. It's just nice to have. I gotta say, I love just how gamified Twitch is in general. They did a great job on the platform of giving you all kinds of little knobs and switches and little achievements everywhere. It's pretty great.
even coming down to like the emotes. Like I used to play a game called Paragon, which was a game that Epic produced before they made Fortnite their only flagship.
Okay.
It was like a MOBA, but it was like a battler, so it was over the shoulder. It wasn't top down, and you ran through lanes and shot people. Anyway, one of the streamers that I followed got his own little emojis from Paragon, and I used to love them. They were these little angels. It was crazy. I was like,
that's awesome.
This is what this should be all about, is having the fun, the gamer fun.
Absolutely. All right, so that was a great setup. So the ambitious farmhand grabbing a plains, playing the plains into a Lauren to get rid of the restoration of a Ganjo.
Vicious.
It's pretty savage, yeah. And so Radiant now has an expended Bank Buster, a ton of cards in hand. There's a ton of cards in hand.
And a bunch of mana. Like, there's just, what could you possibly have? They have to have moves.
There's got to be something. Yeah, there's no way there's no way there isn't anything. I mean, at this point, the deliberation must be just, how do I sequence this? How do I... what's the most mana efficient way to deal with the board that we have going on right now?
Wow.
Yeah, Field of Ruin popping. Okay.
Feels like a weird play. Did they just need another plains? No, there's no way.
No, they have another one in hand right now.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you know what?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm assuming they had a very real reason. I mean, to protect their Roadside Reliquary, I suppose. Okay, still 4 mana open.
Still, come on.
I'm just saying.
We all know what this is.
Yeah. All right.
The restoration of a Ganjo coming down.
Yep.
It just feels like Kylie and Radiant are playing the same game. Kylie seems to have gotten a better progression out of it than Radiant has. Like, the decks are very similar when we looked at them.
Yeah.
We do know that Radiant runs 6 less creatures, which seems significant.
Absolutely. Well, and we can definitely, you can kind of tell on the board right now. Kylie has just deployed the threats so much more efficiently. They're just playing to the board. They have it on the board. That a Ganjo, Kylie just locked and loaded, ready to go.
Here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Here it comes.
There it is. That was a pretty sweet little walk in right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so 6 damage is going to come through.
A legend. They get to hold up a white and pretend they have a Swords to Plowshares.
Right. Which is funny because they kind of do right now. The later our sorcery, but still. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Lay Down Arms is actually part of a cycle in Brothers War. And it's so funny looking at those because they're all very of varying quality.
Yes.
Yeah. Because like the green one was Blanchwood Armor, which is like Blanchwood Armor is a fun card, but it's not
Blanchwood
good.
Armor?
Yeah.
Blanchwood Armor is the enchantment, isn't it?
It is. Yep. But where each color in Brothers War got a card that cared about the number of the basic land type. Yeah.
Because Blanchwood is a very old card.
It is. It was a reprint. Yep.
Yeah.
But it fit that mold for
what
for green. Yeah. And then black got corrupt, and then you got there's a Minotaur in red that's power is equal to the number of mountains you have.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are all kind of they're all kind of varying power levels. But Lay Down Arms, I mean, when you look at that cycle, it's just like
it's a play in everything.
Why just get sorcery swords? Really? Like
shredding his board. Like I feel like Radiant just had bad luck here. They're just shredding. Kylie's just shredding their board. Like
oh, absolutely. Yeah, like Kylie has some threats online, and they're just getting all the answers. So as Radiant is playing out threats, they're taking damage and then having those threats answered. It's a rough spot to be in for sure.
Brutal time for Radiant here.
I mean, if you're Radiant, at this point you basically have to. I mean, they're hoping for a farewell or something of that nature here, right?
Farewell in your hand,
yeah.
That helps.
Yeah,
but not.
And we're in game 1 here. They have 2 in the deck, so it's not unreasonable to assume that it might show up. But obviously, if they had it, they would have done it.
Do they have any in the sideboard?
So
just two main deck, and that's it.
2 main deck, that's it. There are 2 depops. Depopulates the sideboard.
Yeah.
So that might come in. I don't know.
The driver's seat right here.
Yeah.
I mean, that helped what they just did there, but I mean, it might be too low.
Yeah, being in a situation where you can just press attack all and just kind of put your feet up, that's
yeah, you're gonna lose 1 creature, right here. The trade is gonna be you lose your Lauren.
And it looks like they're actually gonna take out the farmhand as well.
Double block the farmhand, yeah.
Farmland has potential to become something later, so okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Makes sense.
You're
But
at
you still
2 now, though. You need something here.
Yeah.
You need something here. Oh my God, are they going to do that?
They can rock out a Lauren and then even prototype the Steel Seraph here.
Just
That's savage.
They're down.
Right? The other option was to rip AO there, which is fine.
I think they're saving their mana for their Reliquary.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They're saving the mana for the Reliquary. And also throwing down AO, if they did hit the Farewell, then all of a sudden you would lose a really potent threat that you may need later. So
there we go. First round is finished first, and now we go into the second game.
Yeah, Kylie took it down there, being able to. I mean, they prioritize. So Radiant prioritized the Bankbuster.
Yeah.
Turn 2 Bankbuster came out. Kylie chose to play the Spirited Companion on 2 and go for the Wedding Announcement on 3.
Yeah.
So establish bodies on board so you can start drawing cards off the Wedding Announcement as quickly as possible. And that line ended up working out very well for them in the end there.
You know what they should put in?
I mean, I'm seeing that Stone Brain. I'm seeing that Stone Brain. That looks real good.
I'm feeling it. It's really good. It's a really good mono white Planeswalker you could name with that. I believe they named it last time.
They did.
Might not have been them. I think it was another, but one of the mono white decks. I think it's a good play.
Honestly, naming the Wandering Emperor on that is never a bad thing.
Yeah, it's never a loss.
You never
appreciate the fact that Kylie is rocking Yargle as their avatar.
That is pretty baller. I'm a big fan of that as well. Yeah.
Yargle. The new Yargle and Multani is going to be a commander I build. It's disgusting.
I can't wait. That card's gonna be so
6,
good.
Going to be brilliant. There's so much broken crap you can do with that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's funny. The very first thing, one of my friends, Skirt Russell, actually pointed out that he has a Mimeoplasm deck.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like, so I make Mimeoplasm a copy of Vortex and I put 18. Scratch that 32 counters on it. Like
2 counters on him. Yeah. Yep. I
that is not okay.
Yep. Now your commander's a 32 trample haste.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, that
feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Yeah.
In blue, where you could probably protect it. I like it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, pretty powerful stuff. Yeah, 18 power on a card, like printed on a card. There's a lot that does.
That's
for 6 mana. Yeah,
6. It's not even like you're paying 8 or 9 or something stupid for it. You're paying 6, which is a legitimate pay. I pay 6 in green all day.
Yeah. That is perfectly playable for that much oomph, for that much power on the board. Oh my goodness!
All the things you can do. Skrelv.
Oh, Radiant pulling the Skrelv Hive in from their sideboard, and we see it hit the field here. Interesting.
Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful. I like it. Aggression.
Yes. So this is going to be a race to see who can go the widest, the fastest. And Skrelv's Hive into Wedding Announcement looks like a pretty good way to get there.
Oh,
but Lauren of the Third Path has a thing or two to say about that. What are the Wedding Announcement? And Radiant now already down to 2 cards. Woof. That's
amazing. Amazing. About to get an effect counter here, though, because I don't think they're going to block with Lauren.
Probably not. I don't know. They haven't. I mean, they have the Sarah Paragon in hand.
That's true.
So putting Lauren into your graveyard is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, they're going to,
this doesn't look like a good trade, but being able to just recur that ETB.
I forgot to look at that. I assumed they would have played Wedding Announcement, but yeah, they're going to definitely play a Sarah Paragon,
Yeah. Now, Radiant was able to get 2 cards off of the Roadside Reliquary.
Because of the Might and the Hive.
Yep. Yeah, Mights being artifacts is kind of a big deal.
Beauty.
Right? It's exactly where you want to be.
It's a game. It's a good game.
Oh, yeah.
Final round. It's a great final round.
Absolutely. I'm loving this. So, Wedding Announcement is great. And whoever gets the Wedding Announcement going oftentimes wins games. But it looks like Kylie is going to choose to throw out the Spirited Companion because it can, trade with the Might all day, and that feels fine.
Yep.
And they have the mana to activate the Bankbuster once. So, okay. That's a mana efficient play. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
oh, here comes Lauren.
Oh. Gonna use it now.
It turns out the mono white Rex Sage pretty darn good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just a better.
Really, yeah. Yeah, Reclamation Sage was already fantastic, and let's just.
You didn't need to give it draw card too.
Sure didn't. Yeah, I'm a fan. I think Lorn of the Third Path is really excellent. I'm glad to see people.
This is like a reverse game.
Yeah.
This is Kylie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to come down from the top and trying to climb back up, whereas last time we saw Lauren doing it. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, and I think that Skrelv's Hive, being able to get the token generation started on 2, especially on the play.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, holy cow.
Huge.
Yeah, that's really where you see Skrelv's Hive really pop, is when it hits the field on turn 2.
And this is where I like their change to infect.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where Toxic becomes good, is that you don't deal damage with -1/-1 anymore. So that means that AO is safe to block anything it wants. Right? Because the old version of Infect, you deal damage with -1/-1 counter, which would slowly kill AO. But now it could just kill a mite whenever it feels like.
Yeah, absolutely. No, if those mites had Infect, this would be Skrelv's Hive would be significantly better.
Oh. It would also probably be significantly
very
more
true,
expensive.
yes. Yeah, that is accurate. And here comes Wedding Announcement to create more tokens and just more value. Keep the value rolling.
A little bit of stabilization here. Radiant didn't draw enough planes to get rid of AO if it has a
true
on arms yet, so still safe from that, and not seeming to draw any planes, but that Reliquary is still good. So good.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. Eternal Wanderer, that ain't bad.
Nope.
Now they're gonna go uptick and
Oh.
blank AO rather than down. Yeah, because downtick would just kill AO, which is not bad per se, but you don't necessarily want to, because that could become another Wedding Announcement, which you know is arguably worse for you. So, yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, yeah, the Mite's going to trade with one of the humans, and the Bankbuster is going to chow down on another one, but 1 poison counter sticks. So
they go up to 2. That's
Late on Arms is not bad here. All right, and here comes Sarah Paragon with a Spirited Companion, a Reckoner, Bankbuster, and Lauren in the bin.
There comes Lauren to destroy. I'm assuming the Skrell Hive, since that's been a fucking problem.
Yeah, the Hive Bankbuster, like you were saying earlier,
they're both fine targets, but I think that
bad targets.
Hive was getting under control. Yeah.
And now they could use the Paragon to crew the Bankbuster and apply a little bit of pressure to that Planeswalker or their life total, frankly.
Yes. Either or. I mean, they are a 10. There's a significant chance that.
I have a feeling Lauren's going to take one for the team here. Or that Bankbuster is going to step in and trade. Yep, because the Mites, they can't block, but they can drive vehicles. Yeah, they can hop into a car, and that'll get the job done. It's a roundabout way of doing it, but gets the job done.
AO's back. Going to get blanked.
Oh, they're going for the...
Yeah. Oh, no, they're going for the sacrifice. Oh,
they keep Lauren.
The AO will trigger.
Gonna spin. Let's see what they hit. Yeah, Restoration of Agandra was okay. I think they were really hoping for a Sarah Paragon or something of that nature there.
It's not the best, but it's fine, I guess.
A little bit of life gain, not nothing.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a pretty devastating hit.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, and I gotta give Radiant props for identifying. I think honestly, just waiting until that 1-on-1 human showed up, and then be like, you know what?
Yeah,
you get to keep that.
Get all the difference.
Yeah.
That made
because prior to that, the options were a Sarah Paragon, AO, or Lauren. I mean, you don't really love them keeping any of those. So, yeah.
Gonjo was destroyed by the Cathar. Leaving Wedding Announcement.
Ossification.
Off the top. Seems pretty good.
When your opponent has a 6-drop walker in play, that's
seems pretty good. Lay down arms.
Yeah, lay down arms can deal with Lauren.
Ossification.
Yeah, you have the mana to.
Yeah,
exactly. You have the mana to ossify. Ossify the Wanderer. Exile Lauren here. Radiant looks like they were considering tapping Lauren to draw the card, but I don't know that that would have been worth the risk here.
Yeah, no.
But Radiant now down to 2 cards. I mean, they're about to say goodbye to their Walker too. They don't know it, but I'll be shocked if that doesn't happen here.
Yeah, me too. What's going on here?
Yeah, Kylie considering.
Yep.
I mean, they could even throw the Bank Buster, activate the Bank Buster, see what they would draw, and still have mana open. So, because they also haven't played their land yet.
Yeah, exactly. They still have enough for ossification anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, they're in a good spot.
Great.
And then even chip in for 1 damage just for good measure.
Yep. Now they're going to chip in. I guess they're not going to ossification.
Interesting.
Wanderer. Okay.
All right. Fair enough. I'm sure they have a plan.
Might as well throw down that planes that they see that you have. Actually, the reliquary here would draw them 2 cards. Yeah.
Oh, right. I suppose it would.
That's not terrible.
Indeed.
They get a 2-drop or lower.
Yep.
From
They discard Fateful Absence. And they could get a Cathar Commando back. They're going to go for the Bank Buster. It does enter tap this turn, which is a bummer for Radiant there.
Can't win them all, I guess. So with the Emperor at 1, what are the options? What they only have a 2/2 or blink something.
All right, so yeah, Lauren is going to go after the Bank Buster, and so before that is destroyed, Kyle's going to draw 2 cards. Yet another Plains. Yeah, we've seen a lot of those this game.
Shocking.
It's crazy, right?
Seen a fair bit of
Eternal Wander, blinking Lauren.
Oh, to get rid of the
to blow up the wedding festivities. That is painful to be sure, but that puts the Wanderer, the Eternal Wanderer there at 2.
Which
so
is lethal to their
yeah, exactly. So even
card in hand.
Yeah. Oh, lay down arms. All right. Well, that negates what I was about to say.
Couldn't they drop the Wandering Emperor and bump?
They could, yeah.
Pump? Yeah.
Yep.
Might as well to get rid of a Planeswalker.
Yeah, actually, that seems pretty decent. And you would then have a 4 loyalty Wandering Emperor yourself.
Wandering Emperor. Yep.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
And then Radiant does have the Bank Buster still fully loaded, and the Restoration of Aganjo is going to flip.
They're also top.
Yes. Decking. Yeah. But they have their own Roadside Reliquary, which can draw them 2 cards. So, wow. This is going to be...
This game is insane.
Yeah. No, this is wild. The resource...
And they're actually about to flip that Restoration.
Yeah, so they're going to have a 3/2 that could potentially create some tokens. Although, I have a feeling that's what the ossification was being saved for.
True.
I could be wrong. We'll see.
Demolition field there. Demolition field. Demolition.
Why not?
Sounds good. Hey, you got the.
Absolutely. No reason not to. Run it out.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the fact that those exiled too, so they come back without haste.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. Sort of a more fair.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. If they just flipped and you could go, especially, I mean, Kiki Jiki would be especially busted.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be.
But yeah, okay. So Cathar's coming down. Even though, I mean, the Resto could accrue the Buster anyway. But
yeah.
But yeah, so Eternal Wanderer is gonna bite it here. Unfortunate, but what can you do?
That is it. So I mean, you have enough to ossification and play Eternal Wanderer if you really wanted to.
True.
You do both.
Yep. And the Cathar is an interesting one here too.
Yeah, you could play the Brutal Cathar.
So there are options.
They have some choices.
Indeed.
Whether or not they do it is...
Yeah, so how do you line it up? Yeah, the fact that the Field of Ruin can't touch basics is huge. It's massive.
Right now it's just a free.
Oh yeah, rushing straight to the 0. Just get that 2/2 double striker online. I think of all the tokens that we've seen, or of all the tokens that walkers can generate in standard, that one I think, I don't know. That's the one that consistently blows my mind. It's just how strong it is on a 0.
It brings back the days of like Garrick producing like 3s and stuff like that. Like it's so great. Or I think Vivian is one that produces a 3/3 that either gets Reach, Trample, or Vigilance.
Yeah, Vivian, like Friend of Monsters from Ikoria. Yeah.
Like,
on a plus again, tokens on a plus. Like,
yeah, and it's like that's the level that you're playing at. Like, and that's green, so that's like above the curve, you know?
Right. Ooh, Late on Arms for the Brutal Cathar brings the Restoration of Aganjo back as a saga.
What's this game?
Which, I mean, is going to give them some value, to be sure, but it's not a creature online right now, which is nice. Here comes the Hive.
Damn Hive again.
All right.
They are 2 infect. One more gets through.
All right.
And all those little mites get lifelink.
But the thing about the mites is if Kylie wanted to, the Eternal Wanderer could uptick each turn and just exile each mite that gets produced. So
it's true.
I don't know that it's the most efficient use of that Planeswalker, but you could do that, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I mean, not producing those 0/0s is a little bit of a bummer, but all the same.
They could also just continue to produce the 2/2.
Yeah, just take over. Yeah, exactly, because that blinks the mites perfectly as well. Yeah.
It blocks the mites all day. Like, that card could end up... This could be the 3rd time we watch someone die to that
It's possible. It's a very real possibility.
Because the Bankbuster right now trades with that Samurai.
Right.
Oh
my goodness. The fact that those tokens can trade for a 4/4 Reckoner Bankbuster. That's so good.
It's so good.
Oh my goodness.
So much
value. Yeah. I mean, the only other token that I can think of in standard that has kind of that much board presence on its own, and I'm sure there are others that I'm not thinking of, but the other one that I think of is the spirit that Teferi Temporal Pilgrim makes. It produces a 2/2 vigilance that every time you draw a card, it gets a +1/+1 counter. That thing can get massive.
Yeah.
That was pretty dumb. Yeah.
It's dumb.
All right. Yes, we got the attack all. There's only one blocker back so far, and there may be an Emperor in hand. Let's see.
Yeah.
I got to say, that Cathar pulling the removal and then flipping the restoration. There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Was a pretty fantastic play. But yeah, so here comes the Wandering Emperor. Yeah, going to exile one of those.
Still take 4, bringing them down to 5. Oh, no.
Right.
That's right. They gain the life, so they go to 7.
Yeah, and Cathar Commando, I mean, you could say, like, so sacrificing here to blow up the Spirited Companion is fine, but then it doesn't kill the 2/2.
No. Now you're still stuck with the 2/2. And they're just going to continue to create these 2/2s.
Yeah, so I think the idea was get rid of the blocker.
Yeah.
But it just didn't end up really working out for them there.
That's a pretty good play right there, though. Drawing 2 cards seems good.
Yeah, turning one of your lands into 2 cards is generally a good exchange. Yeah.
Feels pretty decent.
I would do that pretty much every day, yeah. Yeah.
They're still stuck in a pickle here. They look like they have a really good board going on, but that Eternal Wanderer is a problem. A real problem.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Radiant is clawing back into this thing, but I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I think that Eternal Wanderer is too much value. And honestly, even being able to attack it here, like even if you connect and deal 2 damage, I mean, if I'm Kylie, I'm kind of okay with this.
I would say, I wouldn't even. Yeah, they're just.
Yeah, because Wandering Emperor being at 3 is kind of it's the same. you don't have the access to the down tick, but what were the chances you were gonna rip that anyway? You know? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you weren't using that right now anyway. You're in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Farewell.
Oh.
All right. That's notable.
Yeah, it is. But the Eternal Wanderer's 2/2s are better than the Wandering Emperor.
Yeah, and the Wandering Emperor has the down tick to get them. Where Eternal Wanderer does zeros.
Exactly. So.
And on top of that, you have ossification that can just eat the Wandering Emperor anyway.
The Emperor when it feels like it.
Yeah. And you have a Sarah Paragon online. I mean, yeah, this still looks like Kylie's game. To be fair, Radiant has 2 cards in hand that we don't know of, but we don't know what those are, but still.
This is amazing. They're just field of ruining each other's fields.
Yeah, just fielding their fields. But this actually gives Radiant the ability to activate the Bankbuster now, which they didn't have before. So that's an interesting choice. But now the Sarah Paragon can bring the field back, so all right, that is neat. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it turned out fine.
Yeah,
but like, will it worth it to put the 4/4 online?
Yeah, I don't know.
The 4/4 does trade with that 2/2, so unless they +1 it from the Wandering Emperor, actually, no, it won't trade.
Oh, true.
This is exactly what happened the last time we saw the Wandering Emperor do this, which was where we said, why haven't they killed the pilot?
Yeah, the pilot is a big threat. Yeah, and honestly, after that sequence, if I'm in Kylie's position, I probably would want to uptick the Wandering Emperor to exile that pilot.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, that blink effect, if it's targeting a token, the moment it goes to exile, it ceases to exist. So it cannot come back. Because like it's in like super exile. It's just gone. Like I don't know, super exile
disappears.
But yes, it completely poofs out of existence. Yeah, that's right. On Sarah Paragon. That's a bit of a bummer. Now graveyards were exiled with the farewell.
Yes. The only target that they had, but I mean, losing a 3/4.
Losing a 3/4 flyer while they have a Skrelvsov online. I mean, 3 damage in the air. That'd be devastating here.
That's the other thing is that they do have a Skrelvsov up. All you have to do is stop them from gaining life for a few turns. Maybe hit them once. Like it's not.
Yeah, honestly,
there's a clock here. There's a clock that Radiant.
Yeah, big time. Now, at this point, I mean, Kylie is kind of running out of resources here, and Radiant's doing a good job of rebuilding, but...
Yeah,
and wedding announcement? My goodness. Now, that said, we're in game 2. And if you look up in the upper left corner of the arena here, you'll notice that the timer has appeared under Radiant, which means they are inside of 12 minutes. So they are allowed to hold priority for another 11 minutes and 54 seconds in this match. If that timer runs out, they lose.
They just lose?
Yeah, if your clock, so each player is given a clock at the beginning of the match. I believe it's 30 minutes. And so you're allowed to hold priority for 30 minutes throughout the entire best of 3 match. If you run out of time, if you run out of your clock first, you are just the loser of the match, regardless of what else is going on. It is a pretty anticlimactic way to lose, and you hate to see it, but it is a real factor, and you do see that. The clock is real. And these games, in these longer, grindier attrition matches, it sometimes comes to that. So, yeah.
I could see.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. If I'm Kylie, I'm cracking my Bankbuster here.
Yeah.
I just need more cards. I need more action. You have plenty of mana.
I mean, they're both sitting in the same place. Just one of them has a better board.
Right. Yeah, so does Radiant have an answer to that Sarah Paragon? Because actually right here, right now, Radiant is at 4. They have a Skrelvsov online.
Sarah Paragon is lethal.
Exactly. If Paragon connects and that Skrelvsov triggers, that's it. The game's over.
Yeah. You will be able to tell if he activates this thing to draw.
Mm-hmm.
If they activate the Bankbuster to draw, they don't. They're digging for an answer for that.
100%. Ooh, they're crewing it.
They do have an answer then. They're crewing it up. Damn.
Yeah, so if I'm Kylie here, I think I'm accepting.
Oh, and just taking everything.
That Eternal Wanderer is gone here.
Block.
Like, They could, at this point, they could use the Sarah Paragon to crew the Bank Buster and put it in front of the opposing Bank Buster and then draw a card. That's an option. Or, I guess, yeah, just jump block it. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And end step.
Uh-oh.
Wedding announcement triggers. Is there... Don't you dare use that lay down arms.
Okay.
Don't you dare.
Don't.
There it is.
Go for it.
Go for it. If they have an Emperor, so be it. I mean, but if they don't, this is game.
It is what it is.
And Kylie's already up a game, so this looks good.
It's over. There it is.
I mean, Radiant needs something that can gain life right now. Honestly, I think if I'm Kylie, I would probably blink my Sarah Paragon in case they draw into an Emperor.
Oh, wouldn't that?
Oh, no way. So now the Emperor down ticks, eats the Sarah Paragon, they gain 2 life. And they're hanging on. It's not over. How is this not over?
Why did they
I have no idea.
Why did they take it if they had that the whole time?
I'm very confused.
Just for like edge of our seat excitement? Were they doing it for us?
Increase the stakes? Yeah, I'm very confused as to the timing of that. God. I'm assuming there's a reason that I don't see, but I'm not sure.
But again, all you have to do if you're Kylie is hold out for 2 turns.
Yep.
Don't tap any creatures.
Right. Just don't tap them. Whatever you do, just don't tap them.
Don't block.
Yeah, it's a trade.
See, I'm yelling at the monitor now. Just let the Eternal Warrior take it though. Like, why'd you trade?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a card, sure.
The card draw here.
It's a land you can basically cycle. Yeah, so all right, that's fine. Twice, in fact.
Do they have an enchantment? Oh, is the pilot considered an enchantment? Oh no, they have ossification.
Oh, that's right. Yes, they do have an ossification. Yep. Excellent. Yeah, Eternal Water gonna blink the pilot. Perfect. You love to see it.
Finally. There it is. Get out of here.
Well, but at the same time, then they could just lure in and kill the Buster, so.
Well, I think it's at 1 anyway, so it's gonna come out next time activates anyway, but yeah. Lure in and kill the wedding announcement.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's the move.
Hold up the Wandering Emperor. Let that tick down.
Yeah.
Unless they lay down arms their own creatures.
Actually, can you even do that? I
don't know. Is it opponents? No. I think it's just any creature, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. It's control against 3 life. Yeah, you could lay down your own thing to gain some life. You're correct. You could do that. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, turning a might into 3 life seems like a good trade at this point in the game.
Don't tap anything. Just pass.
Just pass. just
You have this in hand. Just do it.
Hang on. Just sit tight.
Not that I'm voting for any person, but it's late. It's 10 to 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Just do it.
Right. It's been a long day. We've all had a long day. It's okay. Yep. Here comes the swing. No blocks. Just let it through.
Big swings.
Let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Just accept it. Just take a deep breath and just let it through. Although you can pilot the Bank Buster and block the Spirited Companion, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless I wanted to make sure that didn't come through on a Sarah Paragon, because that would no. Would that be a little more life gain? I don't think they have Sarah Paragon on that list. Oh no, they do. So destroy evil on the Buster, sure. Okay. Decent hit.
Yeah.
Now, do you Wandering Emperor here and exile the Spirited Companion?
They can Wandering Emperor the pilot and gain 2 life. Why have you forsaken me? I mean, I think...
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that, because Radiant's Wandering Emperor can downtick right now. Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
I mean. They can get their life back right now. Oh my
That
Lord.
is problematic.
Never.
No, we're going to be here all night. Yeah.
Buckle in, boys, because we're going all the way.
Right. All right, 4 poison is online and lifelink now on the toxic creatures because of the hive.
Oh, they just need to hold off, but they have to do this. They have to do this.
100%. Now,
wait,
Kylie,
oh my god,
no,
yes,
throw their own emperor, exile their own pilot to fizzle that emperor's ability.
Bravo, Kylie. Bravo. This is astounding.
Don't you dare misclick. Yes.
If that last card was another emperor, oh.
Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. All day. Make it happen.
Wow.
Oh.
Good game. That's astounding. I gotta put my headphones down.
Yeah, now at this point,
wow.
I think Kylie's still gonna play out their turn. Make sure, just in case.
Yeah, you play your turn.
Eternal Wonder down tick. Just wipe it. Just wipe it clean.
Down ticked, yeah.
I can appreciate that. Get all those lifelinkers off the board before some crazy shenanigans. No.
No.
Another Emperor coming down, exiling a might, gaining 2 more life.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this is too good.
This is bananas. Oh my goodness.
I said that though.
Yeah, you called it. Yeah, 100%.
Wouldn't this be crazy? Oh my god, what a dumb game. I love it.
This is mono white. We're getting a little slap happy here, folks. I don't know if that's abundantly clear, but wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right? This is something else. Yeah, we've been at it for 10 hours. What can you say? Well, we've been at it for, I don't know, what, 4 or 5 hours at this point. Like,
well, now the problem is that now he just gains life. Like, you won't ever die to that now.
But now, okay, Radiant's in a position where, now Elspeth is in the mix. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it's.
So Radiant's probably going to win it, but how long is it going to take them to do so? That's the question.
True. It could drag it out. That is true.
Steel Seraph seems pretty good here.
Can it get flying?
It can, yes.
Yeah, there's no point in not using this now.
Yep, might as well. Might as well pay 6.
Yeah,
why not pay 6?
Pay the big boy number for it.
Get the big number. What? Oh yeah. Okay, they did. Man, they have so much mana. I saw so much mana on tap. I was like, what is going on? What are you doing? It's like, oh no, it is okay.
Oh, I guess there's no point in not giving it lifelink because the mic can't block.
Yeah, mic can't block and it's got Vigi, so sure, send it in. Yeah, get rid of Wandering Emperor because that's just consistent removal and a big pain in the butt.
So you drew a bad card.
Yep.
For you right now because it
is
can't
not great.
Anything on your opponent's board at all.
Yep. Elspeth the Planet down ticking. I'm gonna go grab a Lauren, which can blow up that Steel Seraph.
Jesus, this is never ending.
Oh man, yep. All right, so Samurai's gonna trade with that might. Rate it back up to 10, down to 7:30 on the clock, drawing nothing but lands. Woof.
Passing turn, making a bunch of 2/2s. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
But yeah, so at this point, I do honestly think that Radiant probably has it, but the play is make them spend as much time as possible. Because then it puts them in a situation where they're going to have 5 minutes, like, tops to play a whole third game. With these decks, that's not going to work in there. Like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, this is unreal. All right, yeah, so lay down Hidden Lauren yet again. That's something we've seen a lot today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giving everyone a card.
Let's go. And it's another freaking land? Holy cow.
But this land can be turned into 2 cards, mind you.
Yeah. Cathar when your opponent has a treasure or a creature token down feels pretty good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so it is nighttime, so the Moonrage Brute is online. But this ossification means that it's gonna
get rid of.
Yeah, I think you get the Planeswalker here because then it's gonna flip to daytime on upkeep.
So.
And the Cathar's gonna flip and eat the might. All right.
It's dropping its graphics.
I
was
had
like,
a
is he
moment like, wait,
conceding?
no,
What's
not yet.
going on?
What are you doing?
What's up?
Yeah.
The time is gonna
Yeah,
do
just
it.
play
for
it
you.
out,
Just
man. Just
play
play
it
it out.
out.
It's gonna be okay. Yeah. Yeah, Demolition Field again. Oh my goodness. And we're at a point where both of these decks will get an opportunity to play every last planes they have.
Yep.
Kylie's deck is running 15. And Radiance is running 13.
Well, he has all the planes
Yeah,
out then. They have
they
all
do.
the planes out. Yeah.
I think Radiance
the Radiance one away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Lauren's not terrible.
No, not terrible.
Now, at this point, I think I destroyed the mic.
Yeah, 100%. And that's giving the lifelink. Yeah.
Exactly. Because even though it's hurting him, he's actually gaining one every turn. And now,
yeah, 100%. Yep. And Superliminal Films, thank you for that raid. We appreciate it very, very much. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so sorry for how long it's taking me to get you that. Thanks, but we appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your community with us. All right.
Holding up Demolition Field to try to pretend like they have a response in the deck.
Faithful absence on the might just to get the clue. Sure.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, it's what you got to do. Like,
it's true. You need something here, obviously.
Wandering Emperor, no way.
Another one. How is this still happening?
But if they
doesn't the Moon Rage
downtick the Moon Rage Brood here, there's the Ward.
It has Ward.
Yeah, but it's Ward pay 3 life. Yes.
That's not insignificant.
No. Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, there. Yep. I was like,
yeah, you can't afford that.
Number. Now, unfortunately, if they don't have anything here in hand, they create another Samurai.
Right.
Yep. Never ending.
Let's continue to stabilize. 5:30 left on the clock. And Kylie still has 10 minutes left on their clock. Oh!
You can actually run out of time.
Lay down arms, paying the 3 life.
They could run out of time in this game.
They could, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a very real possibility, which is kind of wild.
There's no good go here.
Yeah. But yeah, so a Ganjo coming in to basically save, I'm guessing, Lauren.
Yeah, I'm assuming Lauren as well.
No, they're gonna save the token. Okay. And drawing cards off Lauren. Okay.
They're gonna activate.
Sure.
Yeah. It's fair. Look at the lands they've drawn. This is insane.
This is wild.
They get their land run for sure.
Yeah, flooding out, and this is not an optimal time to do so. Not that there's ever really a great time to be flooding out.
No. It's pretty optimal for Kylie, actually. They have 4.5
Yeah, no, they're good. Yeah. Wedding announcement, sure. Might as well start rolling that value train down the hill right now.
Yeah, might as well just go. Get it done, bud.
Why not?
It's good.
Yeah, run it out, no attacks, and start making more tokens.
Just start pumping them out. It's fine. We're okay.
What is even happening? This is the finals, by the way. This is the winner of this match is taking down the tournament here today. And I think I think everybody who predicted Kylie was onto something here.
Well, someone may have.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, are either of these decks capable of deciding the result of a game within 4.5 minutes?
Radiant, or did you bet for Kylie? Which one did you bet on?
Put my money on Radiant. Yeah.
Oh, I did not.
Yep. So, yeah, I have a feeling those pizza points are not coming back. So everybody who gets to, enjoy those pizza points I threw into the pot, you're all.
Just so everyone knows, it's all
exactly.
on hand.
The points are on me today.
Yeah. 4 minutes left. You're not.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this deck come out to a pretty aggressive start. We have seen a strong aggro start, but not in the mirror.
We've seen Kylie come out, but Radiant runs 6 less creatures.
Yeah. Oh.
We've actually never seen Radiant come out to an aggressively aggro start. this deck, Kylie can do it.
Yep.
We watched him do it in the first game. But at this point, they're just running down the clock as much as anyone.
100%.
Playing this guy into time. There's no point. You know, you can just let this happen.
Yeah, honestly, it's in Kylie's best interest just to. Oh, actually, I mean, this attack is. That's lethal.
Oh, this attack is lethal.
Honestly, I've even stopped paying attention to what's actually going to end this game. I'm more like, what's the result? but with that, Kylie did take it down. That is two wins. Wow.